Hello, everyone. Welcome to It's a Long Story, a campaign of four lovable parties of lovable heroes in a world that is in a homebrew, amazing world known as Imea. We are here with our lovely crew, the newest crew in our midst. This is episode, I believe, 3. For us. So, without further ado, let's just have everyone take a look at the camera, wave, and say hi.
Hi.
Hello.
Nice, good job. You guys learn quick. Awesome. So, before we jump into tonight, just some small announcements. Moving ahead. Actually, I just only really have one. Particularly for this, we have our things that we are working on coming down the pipeline. We have a couple things that will be. I don't have enough information to kind of give you anything on it yet, but we are working on a new drop-in, drop-out campaign. It will definitely be. It'll definitely be woodland themed. It'll definitely be anthropomorphic animal themed. I don't want to put any specific title on it just yet, but it is something that if you are interested in jumping into that, our drop-in, drop-out campaigns are going to be set for Saturdays and Sundays. So please feel free to take a look at that. For those who are watching right now, if you're watching on YouTube, you'll see the video description below where you can access all those games that'll be coming up. But for those who are on Twitch and possibly Instagram, we're trying to push on Instagram. Anyone check to see if that's popping up yet? Just see, because I cannot check on my phone, unfortunately. So we have that. That's about as much information I can give you right now on that. The other part, excuse me, had to sneeze on the announcements, of course. The other part of this is that we have our Candela Obscura homebrew campaign that we are actively looking for players for. This is our version of Candela Obscura. If you are unfamiliar with what that is a cosmic horror game designed by the makers of Darrington Press, those of that are friends and creators of Critical Role. Like I said, it's a cosmic horror game set to kind of build into a very heavy, introspective, survival-like setting that is very, very fitting for those that are they're more into the RP side of TTRPGs. There is, some combat, there's some statistic, things like that, but it is not necessarily rule heavy. Actually, I would argue that it is the least rule heavy game I've ever played, and I really love that and appreciate that. So for our version of that, we actually have a different sort of setting. We are still following the Candela Obscura mechanics, design, the group itself, yada, yada, yada. But it is in a more real world like setting. So our version is called Shadows of the North Shore, taking place in the North Shore of Massachusetts in the year 1901. So we have just the beginnings of automobiles and fedoras, and it's just before the Roaring 20s. You have a little bit of that sort of mixed in with just scary, terrible spirits and ghosts and other things of undead that are threatening the very world that you would exist in. So if you're interested in joining on that, please feel free to take a look. I'm putting the link here in a minute. Also there's the Tales of Imea thing, which I guess I can just shout out real quick because we are needing at least one more player for that. So that is our setting for that. Feel free to take a look at that and start playing. And as always, you can ask me any questions you would like on that, either through Start Playing itself or through our various social media stuff that I will be posting here in a second. Lastly, because I already posted the beginning of that, I might as well post the rest of this. Tales of Imea the Isles. The crew that you see right here. If you notice, they are lovely. They're amazing. They're awesome. But we are missing. We have a square for you way down there. So if you're wanting to join this crazy crew of what I surmise to be an unbelievably chaotic group of adventurers, please feel free to check that out on Start Playing. The link I'm just putting on there, as well as you can see from the video description. Last but not least, if you're interested in following us on any social media, including that Instagram Live, to see if that see if that actually is working or not, please check out our link tree with all our various things on that, our Instagram, TikTok. I believe obviously our YouTube's on there, but if you're watching from here, hey, look, you're already there. And speaking of, if you're interested in supporting us in the simplest and financially free way of doing so, please feel free to hit that subscribe button or whatever the Twitch's equivalent. I obviously am not as attuned to Twitch. Whatever the Twitch's equivalent. What is the Twitch equivalent? Is it follow? Is it subscribe? Is it the same?
Subscribe, yeah.
It's subscribe? Okay, cool. Awesome. All right. That will not be the first time I say that. Yeah, please do so. We'll really appreciate it. It helps to feed the almighty algorithm and get more people to actually watch the channel, which is what I what I think I and all of us would really love to have. So, sweet. So I believe that's it for the announcement. So without further ado, Dan, can you please give us the synopsis of where we left off with the Isles?
Absolutely, my pleasure. So session 2 started a lot like session 1. Coming out of our timey-wimey situation, we came in with Riaris coming in off the boat, once again quickly meeting Yoon and Carr on the beach and the docks, and the three of them saying, yep, we remember, we've been here before, we need to move. So as we start heading into the Emberlight Tavern, we are introduced to Zed, who has a ramshackle little store called Sights to See, I believe. And Zed kind of sees us as new customers and kind of hangs out the window. And what ensues is kind of a strange situation as Carr is kind of dragging Yoon and Riaris with him as Yoon is being his normal gregarious self and saying, hey, new person, let's be friends. And Riaris is not quite sure if he remembers this person or not. And after back and forth of come with us, no, come back after me, come with us, no, come see me after, we decide to head in and see Zed after. And so we make it into the tavern and quickly coerce, I guess, Ogred to follow us, as Ogred does not remember the situations past. So we just say, we're going to save some goblins, come with us. And she more or less acquiesces as we make our way to the backstages to find Sylvia. We meet Regine real quick and just say we have an appointment with Sylvia, who we meet, and Sylvia then says, okay, we got to go. As we're leaving, we spy the galleon or the other ship of the people we had stupidly attacked the prior time. We said we should not be with them. We should try to avoid them. So we snuck through the beachhead, eventually making our way to Zed's store, where Zed offered many of the great wonders from his store, the things that he had, and Sylvia bartered with him to let us take his boat out of here as soon as possible. For the totally honest, he'll get a spot in the tavern. That's definitely going to happen for this service. Instead of going on to the normal port or dockway to the boat, we decided to go through this underground tunnel where Zed pulls out his petrified, perhaps hobgoblin foot that we alight to give us a little bit of light as we travel down through this strange kind of underground, non-touristy tunnel. Eventually, we open into kind of the cave, the mouth of the cave where the boat rests, and Carr finds something that I believe was his. I don't remember the exact item, but I remember it being partially burned, not fully burned item that was of sentimental value or important value. And then we were advised to just take a quick little wide berth of this strange-looking rock in front of us in the sand, which we did not quite heed that directive. And so we fought a rocktopus and it was quite the scene. Yoon went down pretty quick, and I think we all kind of realized this was not a battle that we were needing to be fighting right now, and we ran and got on the boat and got out of Dodge, so to speak. And I believe we had then decided to get out into the bay and then turn inland, go up a river inland. And that is where we concluded.
Awesome. Very cool. All right. Oops. Let's just do this, actually, I think. There we go. So, we zoom in on our beloved party. We see from up top, we see a boat that is kind of lazily moving downstream. We see around us a very tropical landscape, palm trees leaning in around towards the river. Large plants of various sizes, many of them in some very interesting sort of deep purples, some odd sort of greenish blues, flowers of various shapes and sizes in pinks and oranges and yellows. The rainforest of Chasavie is very loud with sounds of nature. We can hear the sounds of bugs, frogs croaking. We hear the occasional sort of snapping of twigs, moving of brush around. And as we pull in to the scene on deck, we see a figure at the helm holding, trying his best to keep a very even movement between the very thin river bends that are here. I'm going to say we'll probably do this. We're going to do this at least one more time. Zed, could you describe your character for the audience one more time?
All right, so he is a sea elf ranger. He went through some things. He's a little out of it. He's got some leather armor. He does use a blowgun, 2 daggers.
This is okay. Time out. This is just what we see, right?
Oh, what
so
we
just
see.
like
Yes,
that.
yes,
Yep.
yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So blowgun on the back. He's at the helm of the ship, just relaxing, matching armor, top to bottom, leather. Some greenish blue skin, some greenish blue hair, a little messy, kind of spiked up. Just trying to figure himself out. Just trying to chug along.
Cool. As we come down further from the helm itself, we move further into the inner deck, and we see a various group of heroes, we're going to say at this point, grouped around in a very close-knit circle. We see that there is someone who is talking, and you can see that the faces are all kind of facing that direction. But from one side, we see hands moving quickly, carrying a deck of cards and kind of absent-mindedly shuffling and doing various small tricks. Yoon, could you please describe your character for us?
Sure, yeah. So, Yoon is a red-skinned hobgoblin with gold eyes. He has fangs that stick up, one a little bit taller than the other, pointy ears, and golden blonde hair. He's got a demeanor that's very casual, and he always has what some people might even describe as a frustrating grin on his face. And he almost also always has his deck of cards that he's shuffling and playing with and watching what's going on. And of course, he's wearing, I guess what you could call a yukata or kimono with floral patterns on it and very fine silks.
Fantastic. Do you think during this, what is the position that Yoon is? Is Yoon standing? Is Yoon sitting?
I think he likes to kind of, at least at the moment, look over everybody. So I think he's probably standing somewhere where you can kind of see the rest of the group.
Standing. Okay, you got it.
Standing.
Cool. All right. So we'll say for everybody is kind of just standing around at this point, and we see from Yoon's side, we see this small just gust of wind just move through from the back of Yoon's hair, kind of moves out, and we see a single kind of strand of hair just fall off into the wind and move out, and happens to go right across the nose of a rather dark tan-skinned individual who just quickly bats it away as we look at this figure in some significant kind of heavy armor. Riaris, can you please describe your character for us?
Yeah, Riaris is a copper-skinned. He looked to be like a human male. He's an Asamar. His eyes are a kind of a light, almost like grain in summer type of color. Currently, he's wearing. He has like kind of long, straightish black hair. He's wearing thick armor. It's dense. Is probably just with leathers, wools. There is some chainmail in it. He is visibly sweating for sure. Kind of just he does not carrying his big weapons. Just kind of has like a a war pick in his hand, and he is pacing, I would say. And so the hair kind of catches him off guard a little bit because he is in a very alien place, and felt like he was caught unaware. So he is not at ease on the boat.
Okay. All right. So as we move past Riaris starts to, kind of wrinkles his nose, brushes the hair off, and then continues to pace past. And as he paces past, we see this. We're kind of like, we almost feel like we're like fading out to black in this scene, and then we see feathers start to kind of ruffle. As we see, we have to pull back from the camera as this large bird-like form is sitting, probably listening intently, just kind of like maybe just touching the necklace that he's wearing. Kar, could you please describe yourself?
Yes, Carr is an Aarakocra, resembling a vulture, and black. He, in addition to the necklace of bones he wears, he has bones hanging from various feathers around his shoulders and chest that appear to be parts of fingers or wings. Or it's hard. He seems to be a little bit off-putting. His wings drape across his back like a cloak, and they drag behind him usually, the final feathers. And he probably is listening very intently. He's got the crouched back, the bad posture you might expect from a vulture. At least right now he does. So.
Yeah. Cool. And last but not least, I think we see the final member of our crew, kind of off in their own sort of place, sort of in the circle, but kind of out near the wall. I think maybe like resting their head along the the deck side, listening to the sounds of nature, and facing opposite from the rest of the group. As we see the pink hair kind of draped over the side of the ship. Ogra, could you please describe your character for us?
Ogra is a half orc, or as she would say, a goblin. And she's wearing clothes that obviously aren't meant for her. She's very tall and muscular. She has one blue eye, one green. And as she's leaning against, like from behind, they may think, oh, she's in a somber state, when actually she's getting seasick and just discreetly trying to empty her stomach and just go and trying to focus in on the nature to calm herself.
We see we see the cheeks puff out in this moment, and the camera quickly moves away as we hear this splash, gentle splash into the river below, and finally we hear a voice call out, Ogra, did you hear anything that I said?
No.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll start from the beginning. Okay. So all of you, Zed, you start to hear Sylvia talking, and you feel like it's kind of directed to everyone in the group, but in this moment, you're having a hard time hearing her. Do you say anything in this?
So I'm probably. So I'm at the ship. Here's something. What?
Oh, okay. I was saying this is ridiculous. We'll go up and we'll talk around Zed. Okay. And you see the entire group kind of move out and walk out around, so that Zed is having to face the other way in this circle, but everyone else is around. As we see Sylvia the sylph, a woman with at this point right now we see a very light, almost whitish blonde hair, skin that looks to be very light and almost translucent. As you see at this point, she has kind of like covered her up in a shawl. It is at this point it's midday. Sun is kind of setting behind as you're all kind of grouped together listening to Sylvia. Okay, so this is going to be hard to explain, and I can tell you that I don't have all the answers. I was actually really hoping that we were accompanied by gives a nervous glance over at you, someone else, but something is coming for all of the Isles, at least, possibly the world. In my world where I originally come from, I was known as a prophetess. I would have visions of the future, and I was, it doesn't matter right now, but I left that world, and I traveled here to be able to live an existence that, as you would, or some of you would put, seems a little more human. I still get visions from time to time, and this one was pretty bad. I only saw from my point of reference, but it looked like Bambato was no more. Covered in ocean water, I saw visions of beings coming out of the water with lifeless eyes, skin that was... It was clear they were no longer supposed to be living. I saw in the distance a very large creature, a massive, mountainous of, if you think of that, and seemingly built out of a skeleton and a skin that was just seeming to kind of reform into this reptilian-like nature. Looked lizard-like, almost like a dragon, but I didn't see any wings. I heard the sound of this dying. I saw destruction. I found areas that were completely life did not exist. This was going to happen. It will happen. I looked through from my various resources, called out to a couple of friends, and tried to find out together if there was any way to stop this, and it all seemed to lean on what happened today. What happened here? I don't know, maybe it's enough that we all avoided, that you all avoided death. I assume I would have avoided capture.
The Rocktopus is going to end the world?
No. Can someone fill Ogre in?
I think she was saying something about winter's coming or something. I don't know. I was driving the ship. Something about dead. Sounded a little familiar.
Right. Yeah. No. Sorry. Zed, you might be. I don't know. When I say everyone, this vision didn't. Oh, how do I put this? This vision didn't include you.
Oh, interesting.
Don't worry, Zed. Side characters don't always die. Sometimes they have a happy ending.
I know, like me getting a spot in the tavern. That'd be nice. Oh, Rock.
You see Sylvia looking at you and going, "Okay, all right. You say that you're not. You say that you're not what I thought you were, but then you make comments like that. Can someone let Ogre and Zed know what you all have experienced so that we're all on the same page?"
Ogre, today was not the first day that we met. It may be the first day that you remember, but we met you. This isn't the first time we've lived this day. We met you in the same bar, in the same day, and then were accosted by a group of zealots, one of which wearing a recognizable hat.
You know about the people with the hats that took Ogre's clan?
Yes, they killed
Exactly.
most of us, or would have killed us that day, and then as luck would have it, we happened to repeat that day. I am not currently aware of what power reset us to that day.
Oh, you know what? I know exactly what it is. I had this weird fish one time, and it's like I repeated the same day over. Except, I didn't feel good the second time. It was a little weird. Was it like that?
You see Sylvia look in and like for a second like really interested, and then just like the interest
Oh.
just falls into, I don't think
Ogre-
you know what I'm saying.
No, Zed explained it the best because a goldfish can swim around and forget they were around in their little fishbowl, and so it keeps. Is that it like what it was?
I think maybe we should stick to what's important.
You know where
Clearly
Ogre's clan
something.
is. You said you know where Ogre's clan is.
We are going to help you find your clan. I promise you that.
We've got a side mission going on, huh?
There also, if you were paying attention to Sylvia, seemed to be some rather important events happening that center around us. Now, I'm not one to believe in things that must be. Otherwise, where would fortune or luck be? If
Oh, yeah.
everything was predestined, that would be a boring world.
It did sound a little familiar. I mean, I was dodging rocks, something about like death and weird water things. Yeah, but that can't be. Nah, it's past.
For the moment, just know that we are connected in some way, and that at least I will try to help you find your clan.
You promise?
I promise. I give you my word.
And Ogre holds out her pinky. You have to do a pinky promise. No one can ever break a pinky promise.
She's right on that. You can't break it.
That's
True, I've heard that
That's
too.
so
I grew
true.
up with that. Yes. Yeah.
There we go.
Anybody hungry? Talking about fish made me hungry.
I am definitely hungry. Sylvia, when you saw in your visions, they were us. They were clearly us.
You died 4 times. From
I'm
my
sorry?
perspective.
4 times.
You died 4 times. Yes. So this is my 5th time living this day.
How do you know how that's possible?
Somewhat. As I mentioned, I'm not from this world. I had to call on some help. Had to pull in a few favors. Had to risk others knowing of my existence. But we're good. We seem to avoid that. I don't know. I wish I knew more. What I do know is that we have at least made the first step. And ironically, to know for sure if it made a difference, I could wait till I have a new vision, which could happen in the next 100 years or so. Or we could go see him, which we're actually heading the right direction.
I was going to ask if we had a direction here. Him?
He refers to himself as Chase. Sylvia looks at you and recognizes. I think, it seems to kind of like take a second, and I think from your perspective, you get the idea that Sylvia seems to be reading something on you. What do you know about this place?
Not a whole lot. I am here. Well, funny you mentioned vision. I'm here. Vision seemed to lead down to Isles, where I come from. Isles aren't really a thing. We don't come here, so it's all a bit new, you could say.
And you were guided here by her.
By her?
Never mind. Okay. All right. Interesting. Okay. Chasavie is a very old island. Has been here for obviously as most land has been here for millions of years. Chasavie is one of the earlier islands that developed life. In that life, the powers that be decided to grant the island itself a soul, for lack of a better word. So that's who we're visiting.
I understand.
Just one?
What?
Just one.
Looking over at Carr, you see Sylvia kind of like surveys Carr and sees. Well, I guess I should be clear. I don't think the term soul probably isn't the exact same way as how your work envisions Ashwing. Consciousness, I guess, might be the better phrase. This island has a consciousness.
My conscious, you say? You know what? Hold on 1 second. He goes, I'm going to put this thing on autopilot. Just, tilt left or right if you guys need to. Pulls out a rope with a loop on it. Puts it on one of the holds of the wheel. You see him run down the ship and over to the edge. Turns back. I got lunch for us. Jumps in. About 3-4 seconds later, jumps back out.
Okay, I'm gonna say 3 to 4 seconds. Hold on. First off, we need rolls on this.
Okay.
So give me a survival check as you jump off the ship, and Sylvia looks at you all and goes, "I'm sorry." He said autopilot and then said just tilt it left or right. So
I'll figure it out, and I'll.
I
Alright.
don't think that's a thing.
I got.
that's not a thing in this world. Riaris, you go to grab the helm. I'm going to say it's a low DC because of the amount of time you have to direct it. But I'm going to say I'll give you survival. Give me a survival check. I know you don't have proficiency. I don't think you have proficiency in this. It'd be weird if you did.
Can I help him by just like grabbing onto the wheel like this for like a few seconds before to help hold, since I am proficient in it?
I don't think so. This is definitely a one-person job.
Actually, am proficient in survival, and I got a 21.
Cool.
19 on this.
With I'll say with the 21, the proficiency in that survival in general does help you in this. This was saying you don't have proficiency in like water vehicles.
Right. I think I know right, left to not crash into a shoreline. That's about it.
Yeah, I think you've spent 20 days on a ship, so I think you do get the idea of like, okay, so at least this part, pretty simple machinery of like how that works, and you're able to kind of like steer away. Great. Zed, you tie a rope off, jump underwater. Give me that survival check.
All right. Let me see. Where was it?
Actually, I'm sorry. Give me a perception check. We gotta play this out.
Perception. All right. I got a 11.
11. Cool.
Yeah.
You jump under and you see there are millions of fish down under here until you jump through, splash in, and all of a sudden you see just they all move under rocks, things like that. Like there's a quick like sort of like montage of you like moving like left to right, and every sort of way you look, you see just the forms of like rocks that are just like falling down to like close. Like sand that has just happened. Like you see like the little bits of a fin that just happens to kind of like hide underneath. You do not see anything in this in the next, we'll say 10 seconds that would look like food.
All right. So I'm looking around. I'm going to swim back up and basically go up through the surface of the water and back on the ship. And I'm going to turn to all of them with like a panicked look on my face. And I was just like, did you know there's sharks in the river? Hop back in.
You hop back in. Okay, you got it. Okay, cool. I'm gonna say with an 11, it takes you some time to find anything. In the meantime, so you guys are up above deck. Car. So at this point, this would be a good opportunity, like in character, saying like any sort of questions you want to ask Sylvia. You certainly can. As she's explained, she doesn't know everything. But yeah.
Can I do a roll to see if Ogra would know about the soul of the island? Like, would like her granny tell her like stories about it?
Yeah, give me I'm gonna say give me a history check.
Ogra's not so great on those. It is a 10, but it goes down to a 7.
You got it. With a 7, you're not familiar with that. You don't even really necessarily recall any sort of speech about that from Granny. We cut back to a scene of a probably a smaller ogre who is still towering her grandmother. Could you please describe to me what Granny looks like right now? We'll say
Granny?
this is like, I don't know, 10 years ago.
Okay. Granny Gull is a goblin. She has long white hair with gray in it, and it's kind of dragging behind her. She has one glass eye, but it obviously isn't meant for a goblin, so it's like 3 times too big, so it's like doing this. And it's just wearing ratty clothes with a lot of beads. Like, think of an old hippie woman you would see as a grandma. That's what she's wearing, but it's all like scavenged and old and worn.
Cool. So we cut to that scene. You were sitting like kind of like cross-legged as in the kitchen as Granny is like working on something, and you are like perfectly like to the same height of her as you're sitting down and she's standing up. And she's like, she has this like kind of weird sort of I'd say it's probably like the it's like the back cap of a I'm sure there's a better name for it, like the back cap of a cannon, like where you would put the cannonball in. She's like cleaning that out like a wok, just like grinding. So as I was saying, when you were much younger, millions and millions of years ago, there was some.
Just looking out the window, looking at a
your
squirrel.
your attention just totally fades as you look at a squirrel, and the squirrel goes, "Is it time yet? Can we play?"
Bust out the window.
Oh, you jump out the window.
Yeah.
And that's how the whole world got. Ogre? We cut that. Anyone else?
Yeah, I think I'm gonna approach Sylvia. Sylvia, I do understand what you meant, and I apologize that the irrepressible Unirelian is, as of yet, insufficient. I can tell you, though, I can feel my connection and authority slowly strengthening. I don't know if it will be in time, but I feel if you wait, you'll slowly have something closer to what you wished for.
Okay. I don't... Thank you. I'm sorry. I probably seemed really annoyed earlier in that. But there's a lot that is literally everything might be... Everything about the plane that Unirelian is a part of may change in a huge way. And forgive me if I seem bold in saying that I don't know if I can wait on the connection of another god. So, thank you. I'm glad you're here for... I mean, you're what am I saying? You're a part of this. You're... well, I have something of you, whether it's your body or well, Yoon.
It's complicated, but I understand. Fair enough.
She's not laughing. I'm laughing.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. You don't have any recollection of like what this is about, right?
No, but my memories are a little fuzzy. Above board, do I know who this Chase is at all?
Good question. I don't think so. I think
Okay.
Chase is. I mean, you guys will eventually find out, but I think Chase is not. Chase is like an entity in like a spiritual sort of sense, but Chase is not a. He's not a god. Like there's no even like hint to any sort of like celestial like power. It would all be very primordial if you. So if you think you would have some sort of connection to that, we can have you roll. But yeah,
Yeah, I think it's still. I think a lot of that's very fuzzy.
cool, gotcha. Car, anything?
Yeah. You said five? This is your fifth time?
Well, I haven't gotten this far, but yeah.
Each time is different. Yes?
Yes, there was one time where apparently apparently Riars's boat was having trouble getting tied off, and so Riaris never came in, and therefore Yoon never came in. Ogre came. Anyways, yeah. So there was that time.
Is there anything that happened that would give us insight about the men in the hats? That was different than this time? We didn't really meet them.
Well, there was one time where you died at the beginning of the day. You got like shot down or something. I found this out later that they were making this big bonfire outside, and it was very cruel. I guess this last time is. She looks at you, Car, and then she looks over at Ogre. What is Ogre doing in this moment?
She has this in her hand and she's going,
Pinwheel.
Feeling 100% safe that she can that she can talk to you without Ogre overhearing. She looks at you. She looks at you, Car, and says, "I believe there must be some sort of familiar resemblance. It might be a familial tie between Ogre and the captain, of which name I'm not familiar of. I've only been on this island."
The captain with the hat that took the tribe?
Yeah.
Really? Huh. Huh. All right.
I don't. I apologize, Ashwing. I'm very familiar with your job title and what you do. I know this kind of pulls you out of your way. I don't. Do you recall why you're? What was your purpose for coming here?
And I point over to Riaris because Joe, you told me very little.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And
I think I was looking for him,
in point of Riaris.
but I'm not. It was a vague feeling, not strong, and I don't know why. Because well, as you see, he's alive this time, but I don't know why. Maybe they thought he was going to die, but usually we stick to our people. I'm unusual in that I can read others.
You thought. Okay, so. Yeah. Give me a. So you guys are kind of looking at and working through this together. So give me an insight check, and she's going to give you kind of the help action. She's also kind of like thinking about things. Actually, sorry, insight wouldn't be right. We'll say history check.
History. Okay.
Just keep swimming.
19.
19. Cool. With a 19, so you don't remember any time where you were sent to someone who was dying. You were only sent to someone who died. And you know the answer to that is yes.
Yes, yes. I'm like,
Well, yeah, yes. We help the dead. Yes, we help the dead, and in this way we help the living. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So then that doesn't make any sense because when you the only versions where I was able to even converse with you there's only a couple times, and both times you seem to Riara seemed to be alive. So
He's definitely alive now.
yeah.
It's very unusual.
I'm gonna say both Sylvia and Carr are looking at Riaris.
not even hiding it.
Not even hiding it. What is VR? What is? Well, okay. So what I want from Carr is a religion check, or if you're, what is your religion at right now?
+5.
Fantastic. Yeah. So religion check. But what is Riaris doing right now as you see both Sylvia and Carr looking at you?
See, I don't know if he would know because I imagine that Riara is either looking out, or I think he might even be if Zed has come up to the front of the boat to drive, chatting with Zed about it. So I'm not sure he's paying attention.
I think Zed went back under.
Oh yeah, I'm back under. Yeah,
You're back
Yeah.
under. Okay, then never mind. Then he is. Yeah, I mean he's helming the boat.
Cool.
So it depends
Not
where
even
they are,
looking,
if I hear him or not. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that. So yeah, so both of you, yeah, the looking at Riaris, the back of Riaris' head. Yeah, Car, would you get in that religion check?
Yeah, so Carr is completely confused as to why he's chasing a living person because I rolled a nat 1.
Love it.
So he's like,
I got nothing.
No idea, man.
Nothing.
Maybe he's supposed to die. Not that I wish death on anyone. I try to stop that, but maybe he needs to, so I can gain his knowledge.
Well, I mean that's kind of morose,
It's part of life.
Ashwing, but I guess that's probably comes with the territory.
I don't want him to die. I don't want anyone to die, but
Yeah. Okay. Let's say in this instance, while you're looking at Riaris, like the wind is blowing pretty hard, like on the backside now from you guys. So we see like Riaris, your hair is like just like kind of like pushing forward like this, like straight through. Okay. Interesting.
We're going up river into the island, right?
You're going into the island, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So
And technically you guys are going downstream because it actually exits out towards Sway, which is south of the
Okay,
island.
sorry, I didn't have the map.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm going to send you guys the map. I apologize. I keep forgetting to do that. I'll send it during the break.
All right. So what have I found in the water?
Give me another one. Give me. I'll say, give me a separate one. This one's a lower DC just to see what you find. So perception check.
Perception. Oh, 24.
24. Nice. With a 24, you are looking around. You can see. I think there's a moment where we actually get from like the fish's perspective as you see like occasionally one like pokes their head out just as Zed like kind of like swims by from the feet, like just happens like pushes a rock over and like is like looking around, and then pushes it back under. Zed, you see there is a very like massive, kind of looks like a largemouth bass, but is about, it's about 10 feet long. That is zooming out, or that is like kind of like waiting on the ship to move, like you're holding up traffic. So it's like it's kind of just like it's just hanging out behind the ship itself. Doesn't seem to get the idea to like move out of the way, that something's coming, anything like that. So yeah, you see this largemouth bass just.
Oh, I'm going for it. That's lunch.
What are you doing?
I am. So I'm gonna get up close to it. And I am gonna use my blowgun on it. I'm gonna try to go for a precision shot.
What's close? Give me some feet.
So I'd say about like 30 feet.
Okay.
So it'd be like a quarter to half ship length off from when I dive down. I'm keeping pace with the ship.
Okay.
And I'm like,
you got it. So you're kind of like on the side of the ship, like the ship being underneath, you're kind of like along the side, just holding, maybe even holding on to that rope, trying to kind of steady yourself as you go to kind of line up your shot and go ahead and shoot.
all right. Come on. 22.
22. 22 hits. Go and roll damage.
4 damage.
Cool. With a 4, you manage to hit it like directly. So where are you aiming? It's facing you.
Yeah, so I'm trying to aim for like the little sweet spot from like fishing in my past, that I kind of know where the right spot to hit him, just for like an instant kill. Doesn't feel any pain, and then all I gotta do is just swim to get it.
I'm not a fisher, but we'll say like probably just like right in the center, maybe just to like knock out the brain or whatever. You hit and you, ding, it goes right in. You see the fish and just starts to move quicker. I need everybody on the ship to make a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy. 8.
Okay. give me the rest of them.
6.
6. Okay.
Natural 20
Yeah,
for a 24.
Okay. Nice. What did Car get?
I'm sorry, my son was talking to me. What am I rolling for?
Dexterity saving throw.
Got it. Sorry.
It's all good.
A 6.
Wow,
6,
you
fantastic.
guys.
Amazing.
Don't have
Twinsies.
any legs.
You immediately, everybody except for Yoon, and Yoon, you can tell me how you all fall prone as the entire ship for a second just lurches from the backside of the helm where you guys are all at, and you hear a very heavy like as the front of the ship lurches downward, and the bowsprit, so the top sort of part of the ship that goes downward into the water and seems to smack into the bottom of the of this river. You guys are at a full stop for a second as the fish just happens to slam into the boat and goes underneath and is trying to escape out. So is now pushing directly underneath. At this point, the entire ship is going to do this. As this massive fish is going to be pushing the entire ship off of its back to move forward. Does amazingly perception check. Excuse me. Does not
Bless
see
you.
you at all. Thank you. Does not see you at all, Zet.
All right, so
First, you're actually gonna be like, it wasn't me. I don't know what's happened. You know, I was just like
Yeah,
scrambling.
yeah, he's gonna hear at the helm. Yeah. What does you do?
Yoon is he's leaning up against a post, and as it happens, his foot is just sort of back around the side, so he kind of hooks his foot back there, but to everybody else, he doesn't appear to stop leaning. He's just leaning as the whole ship continues the exact same position, and then comes back up.
Love it. Awesome. You see Sylvia feels a lurch and then does this fairy sort of skip where she just kind of floats in the air for a second, comes back down. Okay. All right. Zed, you got one more shot at this before this thing goes jettisoning forward.
all right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swim up to the surface real quick, and I'm gonna give out 2 commands.
Okay.
The first one is I'm gonna yell "car" to the sky, and then I'm gonna yell "Riaris" to the port side.
Okay.
Roll to see if you understand what port side means.
I think the reality is right now, the player, I do not remember, but I think Riaris would know after 2 weeks on a boat.
Yeah. We don't even have to worry
I'm
about that.
forgetting.
Yeah.
So I'm just yelling "car to the
make sure-
sky, Riaris, long stick thing, port side."
Okay. You guys hear Zed just shouting out things to do. It's up to you if you do them.
Who's nearest to me up by the helm?
I would say pretty much everybody's relatively together. I would say, Ogra,
I would just say
Probably Yoon?
Yoon, can you get the helm? And as I race off,
Okay.
just abandoning post.
Yep.
Yeah.
Save blushes, I guess. I don't know.
For reference,
Love it.
port and left both have 4 letters. That's a way to remember it. If you're facing
love
forward,
that.
port is left.
I will
As
put
someone
the
who grew
direction
up with the
stuff on
boat,
pin
I have
message thing.
still no idea
some
which is which.
All good. All good.
All right, so Endon is car going up into the sky. Okay.
Well, yes and no. Assuming there's jungle foliage up there.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a canopy and all that stuff up
So
there. Yeah,
Car's
sure.
big fear right now is because we've died 4 times in this past, but they're looking for us. So although Car does use his wings to get off the ship, he's not going above the canopy. He doesn't want to be seen from other places.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I love that.
All right.
Awesome.
So after I yell that, I dive back down, and I'm gonna try to get myself to where I can get a shot and get the fish over to the port side.
how are you doing that?
So the fish is under the boat, right?
The fish is directly under the boat. Yeah. So
Okay.
right at the stern.
All right. So probably going up, I'm going further behind the boat, and as I go down, I yell out what I want to.
You're doing a lot of movement speed, friend. You just said you went up
Yeah,
and
so I
then
went
back down.
up to the surface, and then
Yeah.
I'm just going. Yeah.
All right. That's a lot of movement, but I'll take
Yeah.
it. All right.
Okay. So I'm gonna try to hit it to where I can get the fish over to port side, and I'm hoping that Car
Okay.
sees something from the side and tells Riaris to like go for it. But that's just in my head. They don't know.
Okay. Okay. All right.
I'm just trying to coax the fish.
So
see
you
how it
try
works
to.
out.
So hold on. So just want to make sure I understand. You try to body this 10-foot long.
No. I'm gonna
fish.
shoot it with my blowgun and try to scare it off to the left side.
Okay. Well, you're on the starboard side, so you could just shoot it to try to get it
Okay.
to the port side. Yeah.
All right. So I'll do that.
Cool.
Me and my shenanigans. All right. So I got a 21.
Yeah. 21 hits.
All right,
No
another-
damage.
Another 4.
Cool. Yeah, definitely still alive. So it is going to continue to move. I'm going to say give me... Never mind, I have to roll for it. Nope, I rolled crazy low. I will say he actually just ends up moving closer to you. But, I mean, it's low enough, too, that he also still doesn't see you either. So you have 2 darts at this thing. As you yell for Riaris to go to port, and there's nothing there. Actually, I'm going to say because he's going closer to you on that starboard side with the ship on top of him, Riaris, I need another deck save. Technically, all of you would be rolling this, but it really, like, you would just fall prone. There's not much that's going to be different that's going to be happening here, so...
That one is a little bit better. 17.
17. Cool. Awesome. With a 17, I'm going to say you actually flip completely over because you're like looking over the side to like figure out what the heck you're doing. And then you feel this, you feel this massive push from the other side of the ship as you go flinging right over and are just hanging on the opposite side. You can like, spend your turn like kind of like pulling yourself back up, but you do not fall completely overboard.
Can Car help him and grab him?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you could grab him and then like just spend half.
Car's
your
way
speed
up
to
in
go
the
up.
sky, right?
Not way up.
He said he was.
Not way up. I don't know how high the kick goes.
Yeah, I would say you probably like 20 feet would be like safe to be like in the air, but not, but still beneath the canopy. Okay. Yeah, definitely still alive. Zed, what do you want to do here? Is there anything you want to do? I don't know if anyone has any idea what's going on. So,
I mean, I guess I'm at the helm because that's what he asked me to do. So,
right. Oh yeah. Give me. That's a good point. Yeah, give me a survival check.
Natural 20
natural
for
20.
an 18.
Incredible.
That back-to-back natural 20s?
I'm gonna say with
It
that nat 20, yeah, that was holy cow. With that nat 20, you see, you managed to kind of get the feel for this immediately. Does Yoon have proficiency with water vehicles?
No, his family is the one family that doesn't really sail on that island because they're in the middle island there. So in the whole so he doesn't really
You got it. This is going to make things even just more complicated, but I'm going to say you have half proficiency in water vehicles.
Okay.
Nice.
Just from this
Awesome. He just picks
wild side scene.
Awesome.
I just think it's like a scene from Mr. Magoo.
This is.
I just see like Ogre just still looking at the pinwheel or whatever, just like oblivious. This is good.
Yep. This is fine.
No, Ogra is like as soon as she got down, she's like trying to stay down because the boat is doing this.
Oh,
But as soon as she gets up, can I see if I see Zed anywhere on any side of the ship?
I don't think so. Zed's underwater. But
Can I do a
we'll
perception
say
check?
this: you're looking for Zed on your turn. Zed, what are you
Yes.
doing?
I'm going for another attack. This
Okay.
time, is it
So-
close enough?
Yeah, it's extremely close. I'm going to say actually you kind of have this. We won't overcomplicate this. You have a straight shot on this. But because, Ogre, you do not see Zed, was there anything else you wanted to do?
No, I'm just keeping an eye out for Zed the second his head pops out. Just keeping that way. Like, as soon as his head pops out, if our boat is anywhere, like, going further from him, like, he's not gonna catch up, and his head pops up, I just want to, like, thorn whip him back onto the boat.
Okay, you got it. All right, cool. All righty.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to go for another attack this time. Since he's so close, I'm using my daggers.
Okay.
All right. And let's see here. So I got 21.
Nice.
21. Yep, 21 hits.
And then I'm doing, because I've got proficiency with 2 weapon fighting. Am I doubling the damage?
No.
No, same.
That just means you can attack. I think.
You can
So
use
everybody
your
has-
modifier on the second attack.
Okay.
Yeah. You. So your bonus action attack, you could do that with.
Okay. All right. So I got 4 for the first one.
Okay. Okay, it's still up. So you go in, you see it like start to try to wriggle free. You do have your bonus action attack. You better hit it or you're going with it.
All right. And the bonus action.
This fish is getting hit and has no idea what's going on.
No clue. This thing is very dumb.
I
Very,
got
very
a
dumb.
modded 20 for that second hit.
All for
Nice.
lunch.
Yeah.
All for lunch. Yes, you do manage to. You do manage to hit this thing.
And that is another 4.
Man, those
Okay.
ones.
Cool. That last hit, you manage to just freaking die, and you just like go into it, and you see it just start to wriggle out, like try to wriggle off you, and then like starts to kind of slowly sink to the bottom or up. Actually, sorry, I think they go up when they die. My bad. I know fish.
Whales go down, so yeah. I mean, it could be either.
It's big fish.
Oh no, did I kill a
fish.
whale?
No, you kill the fish.
River?
Ah, what's happened?
Not
You
the
kill-
river
you
whale.
kill it.
This river's got
You
sharks
killed
and
it.
whales. What?
Oh no! All right. So probably gonna try to struggle up, still holding it with the dagger in it somehow, and start. Am I able to get it close to the boat, or am I gonna have to yell at them to try to drop anchor and figure that out?
You're able to get it close to the boat. I mean, that's the struggle is getting it up onto the boat.
Gotcha. All right.
But you're
so
aware of
bringing
that.
it
You're a
to this-
fisherman.
Yeah. So I'm gonna yell, "I got lunch!"
Okay.
Does anybody do anything?
I was waiting for you, so I would go and help.
Yeah, cool. I'm gonna say, Ogre, if you want to thorn whip, Ogre, if you wanted to show off and thorn whip this fish, I will allow you to give me an athletics check to see if you can just slam this thing onto the deck.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get it.
Okay, athletics. That would be a 21.
21, you manage to just grab this thing with your thorn whip, you send it out, and you just heave, and this thing goes flying into the air and just onto the ship. It takes up a good like portion of the midship area. It's almost, I'd say, because for this ship, I'd say this ship, and count, this ship's about 15 feet wide. So like it's like right directly in the center. You are stepping on its fins or something when you're walking by it. So yeah, it is
So-
massive.
When she did that, do I get thrown with it?
Yeah.
If you still think that's attached to it, yeah.
Okay. All right.
If you still have your dagger attached into it, yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
Do you is your dagger still attached to it?
Oh yeah. Am I
Cool.
bottom side of fish or am I top side of fish?
Doesn't matter. You're getting your body weight compared to this fish's body weight is very different.
I
I
wanna know
need.
if it's like me and then deck.
I
So-
know. Yeah. I would say ideally you want to be on top of it, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say give me a dexterity saving throw to be able to stay on top of the fish.
21.
Fantastic. Yeah. 21. You like a surfboard.
All right. I'm getting so excited about this. The first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut open its stomach and see what goodies I can find. If it's eaten anything weird.
Okay.
Right. Watching this happen, Carr like leans over to Sylvia and goes, "Are you sure it wasn't him that kept dying?"
Like I said, I don't know if he's a part of the story or not.
Oh, okay.
Guys,
Riaris is gonna lean into the car and be like, "He said port, right? I went to the right side, right? What is happening?"
Guys, this is the best
I
part.
don't know. I'm not sure. I'm usually up there.
I'm probably like waist deep inside its stomach, just like going around trying to find it.
Is Zed wearing a red shirt under the armor? I'm just
That's what I
curious.
was thinking too.
Yeah.
All right. Do I find
No,
anything of interest inside the belly of this massive fish?
Well, we'll say you're going through the whole process taking the innards out, all that lovely stuff of being able to kind of prepare the fish for your guys' dinner. While that's happening, I'll say for this, give me an investigation check, Zed, and then give me I'm gonna say give me another survival check. So hold on. Just hold on to those numbers for now. So just keep those together for you. In the meantime, because this is going to take at least 10 minutes, what are the rest of you guys doing, if anything?
While this whole thing is going on, Yoon just pulls out a ration and just starts preparing it and is just eating his ration with chopsticks as this whole thing, by the time he's just eating it, you know. It's not, obviously it's a ration, it's not that fancy, but I think he prepares it as fancy as you possibly can for rations. Like tries to make a little sauce and is like sort of dipping the things in the sauce to rehydrate them.
I was gonna say you've also been at the Emberlight Tavern for a while. There is food there. So is this just like leftovers that you've managed to like
picked up? Yeah.
Okay, cool. You just have like spare ribs wrapped in a napkin that you're just like
a to-go box.
It's like, you mentioned the chopsticks. It is literally just a like a Chinese food container that you just...
A cup of soup.
I'm getting the vibe of this campaign. I get it. I'm with you.
Fantastic.
Ogre just runs over to the tail end of the fish and just immediately goes.
Just starts eating it. Yeah. Okay. Cool. I love that. That's totally fine and normal for Ogre.
And it's not a sentient being, I don't think. So Car's like, nah, and flies up to the mast near the crow's nest and just perches and watches.
Okay, you got it.
Unless called to help. I mean, he's not being like mean. He's like, nah, I don't need to take care of that one.
Yeah. Car, give me a perception check while you're up there. While we're waiting for that perception check, Riaris, what are you doing?
I think I'm hanging back with Yoon. I'm not getting involved whatever is happening with Ogra and Zed with that fish. I'm coming to sushi a little bit, but I'm not there yet, and I'm not
Mhm.
ready for what's happening. Yeah, I think I'm sitting back there with Sylvia and Yoon, and just kind of watching, and also kind of getting my head on a swivel a little bit, trying to reorient myself to the ship and like seeing what is happening around us a little bit.
Okay, cool. You got it.
If Yoon isn't driving, if Yoon is eating, then I might take over the helm to make sure someone is driving.
As you do so, also give me a perception check.
I rolled a 13.
Okay.
21.
Nice.
21. You feel, and you felt this before. It's hard to really like. If Riar said to describe it out loud, you would say it probably feels like this, this weird like. It's how you would imagine like a firefly would feel right on your ear. Like it's not a burning sensation, but it's this weird, it's almost like a chemical sort of warmness by your ear, and once you feel that, you feel instilled to look to your left, and as you look to your left, so port side, you. With a 21, you see something moving in the shadows of the bushes, something medium sized. Hard to make out whether it's humanoid or not. You feel like the idea you're being followed.
Like it's trailing behind us a little bit on the bank, or it's more.
It's probably deep in the woods, or sorry, deep in the rainforest here on this. So I would say it's probably about, I'd say it's about 50 feet away from your current position.
We were how many feet from the bank?
Good question.
Right on the bank, or is it? Yeah.
You're like, yeah, I would say you're pretty dang close to the bank. So the ship itself is probably about 10 feet away from the bank. So this river is very thin, very skinny.
And it's about 10 feet on the other side too, so we're kind of right in the middle, and it's relatively cramped. Or could we move over into the middle of the?
Oh, with the ship
Bank
itself,
kicks.
no.
Yeah.
With the you're kind of in a position of like, this is how I don't get beached.
Okay,
Yeah,
so I see it seems to be some sort of medium-sized beast or something. Beast.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sarah, I'm gonna have to mute you if you're using that.
Sorry,
spinny
I forgot
thing, it's going off.
Sorry, I forgot
It's okay.
the mic was there.
I would mention to the people around me, which would be Yoon and Sylvia, I think. Car probably wouldn't hear. I wouldn't want to speak loudly, so I'd probably say quieter. I think I would just say I think there's something on, I don't know, what western or eastern bank, whichever it is. I think something's following us. You guys see anything? I'm kind of point over to where I'm seeing it.
Okay.
Do I do a perception check?
Yeah, go for it.
Probably would have said it to you too as well. You, I think you were close.
Yeah, yeah. Since we were up there, I'll take a look.
Perception is only going to be a 11.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
17.
No, you don't see anything.
Well,
Car, looking up ahead, you see how the river seems to kind of like be specifically seems to be winding pretty heavily now, which you could call down like things are going to be like, we really need to make sure we're watching the helm here in the next next hour or so.
I will. Do I see them together? Because I know some of them are gathered looking over there.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think you look down and you see. Yeah, I'd say probably you see Ogra, Ogra and Yoon are kind of like looking over on that side. Riaris is probably even like pointing.
Yeah,
I don't know. Actually, Yeah, would you be pointing? Okay, yeah.
I'd be like, yeah, help me, then pointing, and I'll be like, what do you mean you don't see anything?
Where's Zed in all this?
Zed is direct. Yeah, directly in the midship lower sort of area, just completely.
Okay.
I think
Halfway in
Zed's head is like
Yeah, I was gonna say up
obviously
to
the
his
bottom.
arms.
The me's inside that fish. Just
Yeah,
stretching
yeah.
around.
Causes Car absolutely no whatever. He does the same thing with sentient beings.
Right,
Uh,
right.
so Car will land somewhere near Zed, not at all concerned about what he's doing, and just
There's lots of the river's curving. Someone may want to steer.
and then he'll kind of like hop fly over to where the others are and say the same thing
Love it.
because Car has no idea how to steer a boat. so,
Yeah.
so he
Yeah,
basically
well,
does the same thing to both groups.
We are kind of shrug. I'll be like, how much is this curving? I don't know what I'm doing. I'm trying.
It looks like this.
You see this? You see this?
God.
You're like nightmare. No, someone take this from me.
Where is Zed? Zed, start calling out like.
I told
Zelda,
him.
can you-
He's,
what
he
is-
doesn't
I-
seem concerned. Ow.
Cool. So at this point, Zed, what did you roll on those?
All right, so the first one was a 14, and my perception was a 24.
Investigation was a 14. You said?
Yes.
Okay, got it. Cool. Awesome. So with a 14, you find many smaller fish that are not even in the early stages of digestion. So basically, like fresh fish. You find in the stomach of this very large bass-like fish. You don't notice anything that is like unnatural about it. You see the scales themselves actually have a very like bland sort of gray look to them. Definitely has plenty of meat, but nothing of particular notice. I'm trying to remember what the perception check would have been for. Were you saying the perception check because of the because I was having everybody roll before from what Riars was saying?
I think so.
I fully think you were preoccupied. I think
Okay.
you were in the fish. So, but yeah. At this point, you are able to like take all the innards out. You're kind of like working on getting the meat, getting the bone, deboning the fish itself, like just pulling back the skin and all that stuff. As you hear that from Carr, look up to Riaris as Carr is doing this, and Riaris is going, "No."
All right. I'm probably gonna go and run up to the helm. But as I turn to go to run, I probably didn't see some of the fish guts on the floor fall down,
Okay.
and then just start Army Man crawling straight up to it all the way.
All right, you stumble, army crawl in.
Yes,
You see Zed eventually gets to the helm, starts to kind of like maneuver out, and you guys are able to continue on your journey. And you have some very nice uncooked fish,
Sushi.
but
Yeah,
sushi.
Yeah.
Sashimi.
Yeah, so some sashimi specifically, and you guys continue to kind of sail out as we see the sun starts to set in the background, and as we come down going into the night time, we're going to take this time to do our 10-minute break. So we'll see you guys in 10
Before
minutes.
we break, as we're going down, are you able to see is the creature following us, or whatever's in the woods, or
You saw the shadow, and then you saw
Yep.
it kind of like dart away.
went away? Okay,
Yep.
cool. Sounds good. Thank you.
See you in a bit. All right, welcome back. So, as we continue on, we see our heroes continue to kind of deal with the. Oh, actually, sorry, 1 second. Do that and then that. There we go. As we continue on, we see the sun start to set. Sylvia kind of leans into Zed's ear as there's still just a little bit of light that is just kind of peering through behind you all, or behind the ship itself. And you hear Sylvia go, Zed,
Yeah. What?
I am not trying to tell you what to do as far as the ship goes, but maybe we should dock and make sure that we're not
Oh,
you destroying the ship in the middle of the night.
all right. Where were you thinking we should dock?
What?
Where? Did you have a place in mind that we should dock the ship, or anywhere good?
Looks around at the vast, the very small river and the vast sense of wilderness that are around, and goes, here?
All right. As she was looking around, I was just slowly moving the autopilot off of the wheel, like I knew what I was doing the whole time.
There's no auto. Hey, 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 Drew. There's no autopilot. Gonna have
It's
to.
just a string with a loop that's tied to like one of the things, and I just slowly.
I do
slide
love
it off
that.
the
There's
bar.
a sign that says autopilot. That's
It's
yep.
just
I
hanging
love
on the
that.
string.
Fantastic. I'm here for that.
All right. So you said she said anywhere, right?
She said here because
Here?
there's no other. There's no like. It's not like you could. I'll say like above board. There's no places like up ahead that would be like a specific. Like, it's just wilderness. Like there's no.
Alright.
You can give me like a perception check to see if you can find like a good safe spot.
Yeah, I was gonna say when she said here, I was gonna be like, looks around real quick, cuts the wheel. I got an 11.
Okay.
So I probably looked way too fast to like tell, and then just cut the wheel.
If you cut the wheel, you're gonna break the ship.
Oh,
Are you sure you want to do that?
Well, just
What
like
about
lean
just
it over.
Dropping
Like she's
the
like,
anchor.
well,
Yeah, just drop the
here,
anchor.
and I'm just like, oh, drop the anchor.
Yeah.
All right,
Because there's no. So to be clear, I just want to make sure that everybody's kind of on the same page on this. You do not have like space to turn around here.
okay.
There's
All right, so
no
it's a
like.
very narrow passage.
It's an extremely narrow river. Yes.
Okay. All right. So then I'll probably drop the anchor. Do I have a way of dropping it from the helm, or is this a manual toss it over, it's tied?
Oh, so you tell me. You rolled crazy high on your ship, so I'll say if you do have something from there, and it's also like you have to do everything on the ship too. So like it's
Gotcha.
like so if you have like a like kind of like a lever that can just like lower that, I'm fully cool with that.
All right. So I cut the wheel a little bit, and then I kick this what looks like a square piece in the wall that if you like looked at it pretty good, you can tell it's not part of the rest of the wall, and that's what drops the anchor.
I love that. Fantastic. So goes in into the water, and you feel the entire ship kind of like lurch to a stop. So the rest of you, you feel there's no. Well, what do the rest of you guys do actually? So now at this point, you see the sun is just kind of starting to set. You can see the moon is kind of like high up in the sky, giving a little bit of light, enough to be able to kind of see a little bit of what you're doing on deck. What would you guys like to do?
I think I'd want to head off the boat. Probably probably go first and try to find.
Say that again. I kind of missed the beginning of that. Like
I think Riaris would. Sorry about that. Riaris would probably try to get off first, maybe, and see like where our landing spot is. Can we make camp here, or see if there's anything in the immediate vicinity around us?
Okay, cool. You jump off the boat. You can feel, land underneath your feet. There's a moment of like, this is nice. I think for Riaris, there's like a sincere thought in your head of like, why don't we just camp here on land? Forget the boat. Let's just have ground at our feet. But yeah. Give me a. So you're looking to see if there's an area to be able to. What is your intention?
I think Riaris was like, okay, we're gonna stop and we're gonna camp on the ground. I think that was absolutely his assumption. So that's what.
So it's not even like a hope that we do that. It's no, that's what we're doing,
okay,
right?
Great. We're here. We're stopping here.
Jumps, kiss the ground. Thank you.
Yeah.
Love it. Awesome.
Ogra is like right after him getting off.
Okay, I love that so much. Okay, great, sweet. So you guys are looking around to kind of like find a little spot. I'm gonna say, give me a. I'm gonna say with you, no. I'm gonna say there's no roll for that. With both of you, no problem. You're able to kind of feel out. There's this little sort of like this sort of stretch of beach that seems to go a little bit further up, and then you can see there's actually like some significant grassland before it that seems to be unobstructed by trees and the like. I'd say it's probably about maybe, it's not huge. I'd say it's probably maybe 20 by 20 feet of like grass that then falls into the beach. The beach itself would be like another probably about 15 feet of beach. So at that point, your furthest point would be only about 45 feet away from the ship.
Look at Ogra. This seems like a pretty good spot to camp for the night.
Mm-hmm.
Ogra, give me a survival check.
Okay.
With advantage.
With advantage. Okay.
I'm probably gonna walk over to the beach part, just violently splash myself, get all that guts and blood off of me.
Okay.
What'd you say? A survival?
Yes.
Okay, that's not bad. 14.
Cool. That was with advantage.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, with a 14, you look around, you see, the various plant life, things like that. You don't see anything that looks to be necessarily like harmful or whatnot. And actually, I'm gonna roll something on my side. You said a 14, right? Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, with a 14, seems peaceful. I will say you get a familiar sort of stench in your nostrils of for you it's we'll put it this way actually. How is that categorized for you, that sort of smell of home?
To most people, it would be a mix between mucky swamp water, skunks, mixed with maybe a hint of like sweet, but almost like a decaying sweet. But Ogra knows you have to push through that, and then it becomes home. It doesn't it's protection. That means home here.
Right. What does it smell like to you, though?
To everyone else, it smells like that, but Ogra can smell the sweetness under there, like the very few flowers of the orchids that are hidden within there. So that's what she immediately picks up is the orchids.
Okay. All right. So you smell this interesting sort of sweet smell, and it's very far off. It's distant at this point, but I'll say with the 14. 14, yeah. I would say with the 14, you feel like you're closer to home. I feel like it's, well, with Riaris and Ogra, you both kind of make a, for the rest of the party, kind of you clearly see there's an assumption that you'll be camping on land.
I think after a few moments, I would kind of turn around and be like, you guys coming?
Yeah.
I. Oh, go ahead.
Go ahead. No.
Oh, all right. So, would you consider this like a coastal or a jungle? Like the little beach part that we're on next to the boat.
Both. So we got like 15 feet of just sand. But then the area of where I think where they're looking at, like where the encampment would be, it would be more like a kind of like a grassland with the jungle sort of area around.
All right. So I'm gonna try to see if I see like footprints or anything around the beach that I know of, since it's my favorite terrain.
Cool. You got it. I'm going to say, for the sake of this, all of this is your favorite terrain.
Okay.
So like that kind of the coast is your favorite terrain of that, if that makes sense. Yeah, give me a. So for your favorite terrain, what does that mechanically give you again?
Let me see here. That's favorite enemy. Naturally, you have found a terrain type of proficient. Your proficiency bonus is doubled for proficiency skill when you make it. And let's see here, intelligence or a wisdom check related to it.
Got it. Cool. Yeah. So give me a survival check to check for the footprints.
I got a 17.
17. Nice. You see various kind of like imprints of like small it's really like tiny sort of like taloned feet that look relatively pretty small and you don't make out exactly what they are, but they don't seem to be from anything that would be necessarily like violent or predatorial. Most likely like some sort of small bird of prey or something like that. I'd say you spend a good solid like 10 minutes kind of like going around looking through all of this. You also notice another set of footprints that do seem to be a little bit larger, that have these like hooved sort of prints. So it's just like this big circle with just like a notch kind of cut out from either side. You're not really sure what that's from either.
All right. At this point, I'm gonna call Ogra over, and I'm gonna see if she knows anything about that footprint I don't really know anything about.
Ogre, give me a nature check.
Nature. That's gonna be a 9.
Okay. Yeah, you're not sure.
All right. Do they lead?
This is the first time Ogra's ever left home.
Okay. Do they lead like through where we were gonna camp, or do they lead like opposite way?
I say they kind of like you're kind of like looking around like the perimeter of where they are from the beach to the sort of grassland area, kind of going into that sort of jungle area. It is actually in the jungle area where you see these footprints. But I would say they're only about maybe like 10 feet from camp.
Okay. All right. I'm probably gonna like. I probably won't really think much of it.
Okay.
Do we have? I'm gonna go to the boat and get some of that fish to cook. Okay. I am hungry.
You got it. You grab some of that fish, bring it on back. What is Yoon doing?
Yoon is ritual casting Unseen Servant.
Okay.
Who then sets up a hammock between two trees, which Yoon lays back in and relaxes. More water, Lawrence. And an invisible Unseen Servant brings him over a drink and puts it up to his lips, and he drinks from it. And that's his general demeanor. He's ordering around an unseen servant named Lawrence to do tasks for him.
Would
I
it
love that.
would it have gone past me to get the water?
You don't know. It's invisible.
It is invisible.
Yeah.
Because I don't know if I would have seen the liquid going by or not.
You would have seen,
yeah.
a floating, I don't know why I'm blanking on, water carrying flask.
Okay.
A cup.
Yeah. Water skin. That's what it is.
Welcome to my existence, Evan.
They just disappear, those words.
They do. They certainly do.
All right. I was gonna say if it was like an open container, I was gonna try to drop some fish in there for you.
Into the water.
Yeah. So as he's drinking, he's just like,
Yes, I love that. Awesome. Cool. So you guys are setting up camp. You're deciding to kind of like hang out here. Is anyone like building like a fire or anything? Or
Yeah, Lawrence will build a fire.
Cool.
I have a tinder box,
Okra.
and I think he can handle that. Unless anyone else is put off by someone invisible making a fire and wants to help.
does that bother you guys?
No.
Nope.
Ogra
No,
would be
all of a sudden,
making like
flames come
little
up.
nests for everyone with like growing moss into like little patches for like a little bed for everyone.
Oh, cool. So you're like making a like sleeping roll for them of that moss. Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's super cool.
I love that very much. Cool. Give me a give me a spell. Give me a roll adding your spellcasting modifier for that.
That's a nat 20 plus modifier 23.
23. Awesome. Great. So yeah, you make a. I think Riaris, you look over as Ogra is like making this, and you, like there's a part of you like recognize like you have a sleeping roll, like you have a bedroll, you have something to be able to kind of rest in. Do you say anything to Ogra as she's like making this, where you assumed your spot would be?
Interesting. I don't think that I would. I think as Riaris, before he's turning over to see Ogre do this, he's also like trying to give firewood to this unseen servant and trying to build that with him. Is unsure exactly what he's doing, but trying to be helpful and maybe moving it, And then he kind of just like, I don't know what's going on, and turns around to Ogre. I don't think so. I think I think you would say that's really nice. I have my own, but I appreciate the gesture.
Ogre, you've seen what these humanoid figures refer to as bedrolls. You know they're inferior to what you can do.
Mm-mm. And Ogre just starts sprouting up little bits of lavender for the night as well.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, do you
And you're
tell
taking back
Riaris
to
this?
that?
Like, yeah. There you go. Sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, hey, Car, can you come over here and help me with the fish?
Hold on. Time out. Let's finish the scene. Hold on. Ogre, I apologize. I cut you off. Please say what you were saying.
Yeah. Can your sleeping roll do this and just grow a bunch of lavender around where your head would sleep?
I look over my shoulder, kind of like wilted a little bit, like in the bedroom. No, that's pretty nice, actually.
Do you test it out, Riaris?
No, because that smells like feet.
He knows it does not smell good. It's been traveling for a while. No, there's no testing needed. Lavender sounds great. I think, and he would say, this needs a little bit of a wash anyway. So maybe I'll take you up on the offer. It's nice.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So Ogre, you make bedrolls for everybody. That is, I'm going to say mechanically speaking, just in case it comes up. Ogre, anytime you do this, I'm going to, dude, am I making a spell for you? Yeah, I'm going to make a ritual spell for you.
Shit.
We'll figure this out later. That would be, I think in the confines of, at least for today, I'll let you know if this, obviously you'll see later if there's any sort of added things to this. But you are able to provide a comfort that gives them such a good sleep for those that use it, that they need to sleep. It takes 2 hours off of the necessary amount of time needed to take for a long rest. Now, I will say, most likely, you have to be in an area that provides, like it has to be like Earth. So if you were underground or whatever, you might not be able to do this.
Yeah, it won't work on the boat.
Right. Yeah, it wouldn't work on the boat. Yep, exactly. Very cool. I love that.
For a second, I thought you were going to make me roll to make sure it's not poison to them.
No.
You wake up with a rash.
If you did it really bad, I would say that this, like, it would have a smell.
I was
like
going to say it's
moss.
poison ivy.
Little
Yeah,
compost.
or it's a poison ivy. Oh man, that might be the nat one. Amazing. So yeah, Zed. I'm sorry. So Zed, you were calling over a car, right?
Yeah, I wanted to call Carr over to help me with a fish and ask him something.
Carr comes quickly, probably down. Carr was probably above them all, in the nearby trees, looking for something.
Okay.
Joe, what he was looking for, I'm not sure any of them would know. Maybe some of them would know, but that's up to you. He's looking for a place to roost. The idea of sleeping on the ground is extraordinarily uncomfortable for him.
Yeah, absolutely.
So he was, but when Zed calls him down, he's like, oh, and just alights next to him.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, so, that thing you found in the cave. I didn't know what it was.
Oh.
Reaches into his satchel and pulls out the parts of the yurt that were left.
This?
Yeah, it looked different from everything else that I seen when I was scavenging through everything. And what is that? Like, I found like the stuff under the hut. It was weird, and then that stuck out more than anything.
One moment. I'm trying to find something to put into Discord so I can show you what it looks like.
I
No, yeah,
gotcha.
you're good.
So I'm with you. It's just going to take me a moment.
Actually, if it's in your backstory, I can pull it up while you're talking. I'll do
It might be okay. Yeah, that'd be cool. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
It should be in there, and if it's not, let me know, and I'll find it.
No worries.
Oh, it's a symbol for my people. Yes.
For your people.
Yes.
So is it like all of you from a nest, or is it like other nests and everything? Is it like a
Yes.
school?
No school? No school.
Hmm.
We use it. It represents us.
Okay.
And so he's put it into the mid-game chat. You want to look at it. The only exception is the very central square, or I guess diamond, with the shape it's in, is actually cut out. It's a hole. Otherwise, that is the symbol that is on the fabric.
Okay. All right.
And
So
he goes through. He's like, so these in the upper left-hand corner. He's like, these are leaders in the upper left-hand lines.
all right.
These are warriors, lower left-hand.
These are people. They're people. They talk to you, do things.
Oh, okay.
It's like these upper right.
These are the people. Jobs, manual thing, building. Yes, building.
Oh, okay.
And he points to the middle, the hole.
That's me. That's us. Ashwin
In the hole.
Ashwing. What do the Ashwing do?
We deal with the dead.
You said the dead.
Yes.
Long time ago. He's like, Zed starts like twitching a little bit. He's like, do you ever see anything about ships ship full of people go like dying, missing, disappearing?
Hmm? No. Well, the Ashwing stay within our people. The Akaka. um,
Uh,
I'm a little different. We don't. No one knows why. I can pull from others.
all right. So he like the twitching starts to go down a little bit, and he's like, "Oh,
Oh,
are,
we don't. Hmm, we're misunderstood, even by our own people. Um, we collect stories, give them to the living,
oh,
keep keep cultures going.
okay."
I just I can I have the stories of my people. Yes, many, lots.
And as he does that, he kind of like shakes some of the bones,
Oh,
as if he's referring to the bones around him as like these are my stories.
all right.
But
Um,
I can pull from like this right here.
And he points to clearly the tip of a finger bone, not a claw.
all right.
Like,
This is a human I found, and I took his stories too. I didn't know who to share them with, but they come up sometimes. Yes.
Now, when you say take stories, do you just take a bone and you know their story, or is there like,
No. The bones help me remember and help me connect with the soul.
oh, are there? You said there's more of you.
Not many, but yes,
All
a
right.
few. We, we're unusual. We come every so often. One of us is born.
All right. Well, if you hear anything, the twitching starts back up about a ship of people. Let me know.
A ship of people.
Yeah, a ship of dead people.
Like
And then
ghosts.
I turn back around and I
Wait,
start
hold
putting.
on. Ghosts? Like the spirits don't go away. Those, not like
uh,
mine, but the ones that haunt and can't pass.
uh, um, more of the living that I've passed, and I don't know what happened because they fell out of sight.
On a
More
ship.
like he freezes, and then you can just tell that like he's thinking back, and then just a blank face.
Zed, give me a wisdom saving throw.
All right.
Emotional damage.
Oh, 5.
5. You mechanically speaking, you're taking a point of exhaustion
Okay.
as you're thinking back, and you hear the sound of like a distant heavy storm that starts to come up. You hear the sound of cracking thunder. You see a hand reaching out towards you as the body itself seems to fall beneath the water as rain is pinging down all over. And you hear a voice in your head that goes, "I'm sorry. I'm sorry." Car, from your side, you see Zed just freezes.
Car lets him freeze for a moment. Then he reaches out and pats his shoulder and says,
For now, the story seems to be yours, but maybe later I'll share it with you.
and he just walks away.
Okay, got it.
Whether that means you'll tell him or he'll eat your dead carcass, we don't know. Um,
Learn in some manner at some point. Very cool. Sorry, I was in the wrong spot for that. We're not there yet. Cool. As Yoon is relaxing, you see Sylvia kind of touches down where the camp is, and goes, "Okay. Is this? Oh, also, I put it in the chat, but make sure everybody just takes. Go ahead and do what you need to take a short rest.
I want to use my bardic ability so they can regain hit points if needed during the short rest.
Yeah, absolutely. How do you want to manifest that?
I manifest it like as I'm moving around looking for stuff. You hear Carr you think he's talking to himself. But if you even perk up a little bit, you realize he's telling stories that he knows of, and they're just about people recovering from damage or resting from a travel. He's just telling stories from what it seems is a random sparkling of anywhere from the last week to hundreds of years ago to a few months. And he's just kind of just recanting the stories, and they're very calming despite his strange voice. They're very calming and just like talking about people resting and feeling better the next day, and that's about it.
Awesome.
Less song, more story.
Yeah,
So
I love that.
Song of Rest.
Yes.
Okay, so that's 1d6
Yeah.
extra hit points if anybody
Wait,
uses any hit dice.
Maybe
Okay.
not. Mine says hit die 1d8.
Oh,
That's what when I click my short rest, it says bard hit die 1d8 total. Oh wait, never mind. Yes,
no, I'm talking about
You're
Song
right.
of Rest.
Yes,
yeah,
wrong
just
one.
adds an extra
Yes.
1d6 if you use hit die.
I kind of confused. Bard is still
Noise.
Okay. While everybody's sleeping, I can take a long rest after 4 hours because I'm like part elf, so I get some of their traits. One of them is...
We're not there yet. This is
Okay.
a short rest technically, and I definitely wanted to include the concept of that kind of going around. So we'll say that sort of short rest, that part of the short rest is happening right now. But we're kind of I forgot to mention it earlier. So you guys would have taken a short rest while you were having your meal essentially. on the boat.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay.
so we're not there just yet.
Carr has
But-
one more thing before.
Yeah, please.
Move on. He doesn't want to hurt Ogre's feelings because he sees her making those bed rolls.
Love
So
that.
he will approach her very shyly, like very uncomfortably. And excuse me,
Yes.
this is very pretty. And he points up to a crook of a pretty tall tree. He's like, "Can I bring this there?" And tries to kind of gather it from the bottom.
Yeah.
Ogra kind of sees what he's going at and just like starts doing this and makes like a flower clown of lavender so he could take some lavender up with him.
And he will appreciate, bows and thank you. Pretty.
Just for
And he-
reference, does the ship have a crow's nest?
Yes. Yeah.
And in fact, unless somebody else is going to sleep there, Carr will probably sleep on the crow's nest.
That's what I was gonna say. That might be a
And
possibility if you wanted.
because she gave me something that's transportable, he'll take it there, so he can overwatch the party, but have open sky above him.
Cool.
And just kind of roost there.
Cool.
But when the time comes.
Sweet. Cool. So as we were kind of going through, you guys kind of setting up camp and going through those things, Sylvia kind of like drops down. And actually, I'm going to say, so Carr, if you are setting up so if you're setting up in the crow's nest of the ship,
Or on a mast near the crow's nest. I don't want to be necessarily away from the party. I just want to be high.
right? So
If it's better to be in the crook of a tree, that's fine.
yeah, I think it would be better only if you want to stay close to the party. I
do.
don't want to direct you.
No, I do.
But
So I can be
Yeah.
true.
Okay, cool. Awesome. As you were doing that, you're kind of like setting up your, roost in that nest, and there's probably even a moment where you maybe kind of put put the covering of that yurt in an area like above the branches below, like close enough where you could grab it if
Yep.
something were to happen immediately. But
100%.
just to be able to kind of like set up like a almost like a like the poster in your bedroom, like of like that sort of like putting that space in there. Give me a perception check. I would say it would be with advantage based on your height, but it's going to nighttime. So I'm going to say it's a straight roll.
15.
15. Cool. With a 15, I want to explain this. With a 15, I think as you're making your nest, there's certain points where you have to be looking down to be able to kind of like set things in. And you notice that there are there's no pathways here from where we're like kind of setting up from where they're like setting up camp. And because this is jungle, it is just straight wilderness. There's no, there's no like spaces in between of where those markings would, like, there's no like road markers or anything like that. But one thing you do notice that does seem to strike you a little bit odd is that you notice that there are like a couple of like interesting looking like circular objects on the ground. And I'd say like as you like kind of like allow your vision to kind of collect from where like they're like where it's like supposed to be there, you notice like little like kind of like spots on them, and you recognize that they seem to be just various versions of not all of them have spots. It's just kind of the colloquial like sort of, or not colloquial, the like typical sort of thing of like explaining mushrooms, right? So you just notice that there's some various sort of forms of mushrooms that are in an odd collection. They seem to be a little bit more than like where an average space would be in a tropical rainforest. Oh, you're muted. I'm sorry.
I forget I do that when my son's over there.
No worries.
Because he's loud. Let me see. I would say I don't want to be too concerned. I don't want to do anything weird, but I'm a little concerned because we've died 4 times in Sylvia's recent memory.
Yeah. Yep.
And so since our mushrooms are odd, and I have the spell slot, if anyone's watching me as I'm sitting there, I just start talking to myself again, but now it's less about songs of rest. And I start asking the air questions. And what I'm doing is I'm casting borrowed knowledge to get proficiency in nature.
Okay.
So ask, and if anyone's watching me as I'm doing this, you see like spirits flying around me and then whispering in my ear, but they're very hazy because I'm low level. So when I'm higher level, they'll be easier to see. But you'll see like wisps of things whispering in my ear I'm just talking and asking questions, and I'm trying to see if I can determine what is going on with those mushrooms.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
Love that.
And if you want to hear do you need the spell description or?
No, I don't think so. I think it's because you're definitely like, I'd say I don't want to say you're pushing the envelope, but you're using something in a creative way that's working for that. So I think with this, You get the idea that like these mushrooms aren't necessarily the sorry. Let me ask you this. What are you specifically trying to glean from these? Is it in the idea that is it like there's something odd about them or
Basically, yeah, because
okay.
I'm trying to be fair in that, he's an air dweller, not a land dweller. He doesn't know much about mushrooms. Is that
Right.
natural? Is it not natural? Should I be scared? Should I not be scared? Is it a concern? Should I tell people? So that's why I pick nature of like, hey, does that belong?
Hmm.
I'm not trying to be like Arcana. What's magical about it?
Yeah, I think because
You
you're
know?
spending I think because you're spending a spell slot, I think probably the easiest and like the best way to kind of look at this would be to like maybe take this into a space where we just kind of role play what this looks like. Do you imagine that there is, the borrowed knowledge? Do you imagine that how would this manifest? Would this be all in your head? Would this person like be like a vision in front of you? Would you hear it as a voice?
I would. There's definitely spirits coming in and out because of all the stories I've been told and heard. So it's not just one. I'm
Yeah.
asking questions and they're flying by me, whispering things in my ear, like the bird thing, like, and then what of it, and so I look kind of crazy.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Which is one of the reasons why they probably don't talk to Ashwing very often. But and I'm just, like describing what I'm seeing, and they're probably answering me. I'm like, well, what about this? Because, and like another spirit who knows something else might fly in, and basically all it does is I still have to make a roll. I don't know for sure. I just add
Yeah.
my proficiency, not because I'm not proficient in the skill.
Right. Yeah, let's say, okay, give me that nature check. I'm going to say that the DC is relatively lower because you're spending a spell slot to do this, and I really love the concept here on this. So, yeah, go ahead and give me that nature check.
Let's go.
Wow.
No.
So that was bad. It's
What was it?
6.
A 6? Okay.
Which would go to a massive 8 if I add my proficiency.
Okay.
So apparently I'm not gleaning too much from the spirit stuff.
Let's do this, though. Let's do this. So you imagine they come in as auditory, right?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Like whispers.
Cool.
So if someone's close to me or if they're carried to hear, it's that ghostly, like the whole whispering is going the Doppler effect of the whispers coming by me.
Yeah. Cool. So I think you hear this like this, and there's all these different voices that are like kind of coming in and out and giving you like little like small hints on this, and then you hear a voice that just like that seems to stay. Hi.
Hi.
What are you looking at?
This is new, right? Like this isn't what you.
I think it's new, but it's also like because you rolled bad, someone is now like okay. So the idea is like if you were
I got the confused Ouija board spirit.
What you got was like you posting something on Reddit and getting like different answers of those that would understand like the question. And then there's one person who's on there that is taking up all the time and writing like a huge long thing that you have to read through and is consistently trying to have a conversation with you. So I don't think this is necessarily new, but it is.
It's very much
is
like okay, I screwed up.
Yeah. Hi. What are we looking at?
God damn it.
So you do hear a voice that seems to like respond. What are we looking at?
Oh man.
I will politely respond to it a little bit. Just because I don't want to anger the spirits and they're clearly my ancestors. So I will have that conversation. But as I'm having the conversation, and this is going to be fun to roleplay, I'm going to fly down to Ogra.
Okay. Yes. I love it.
Oh boy.
So
hello.
Excuse me, Ogra? Hi. Hold on one moment.
She's
Ogra?
pretty.
She's very pretty. Ogra,
What?
do you know about mushrooms?
Is she a fan of
She said
those
she's
that are
about
Does
dead?
Ogra knows a thing about mushrooms?
Yes. Mushrooms? There's
Oh,
this
so she's
girl.
into mushrooms? Okay,
I don't
great.
know. I
knows
think,
a lot.
I think she might be into mushrooms. I'm not sure.
I could be into mushrooms. I could be someone who's into mushrooms.
But you weren't, so it's okay. It's, there's some odd mushrooms over there, and I can't figure out why. And I don't want to. Can you look at them?
Oh,
Oh.
okay. Cool.
Pause on this until we.
Okay.
Yeah, I think as we hear this, like this voice kind of like going off in the distance, and Riaris, you're kind of seeing this. You do see Sylvia kind of makes her way down to you. Everything. Oh, that's interesting. Is that? Oh, okay. That's your bed. Okay, cool.
Oh, Ogre's back.
Ogre's back. Okay, cool. We'll handle that in a second. Now we got to switch over to here. So,
We can go back to that if that's easier.
okay, yeah, that's fine. Cool.
Sorry.
It was perfect timing. We just thought that Ogre was like, I'm noping out of this.
It's just a hard no.
Yeah, nah.
No, Ogre just like really deep in thought, like,
So, mushrooms? Can you look?
Yeah, Ogre can look. Ogre
Okay.
grew up with a lot of mushrooms.
Okay.
They're not
I'm not
singing,
being
are
quiet
they?
about this at all, so anybody nearby who wants to hear can. I'm not like whispering. I mean, I flew down talking to myself from a roof.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Yeah, I think so. You definitely like Ogre. You do get what Carr is trying to like convey to you. You also hear him talking to himself or to someone that you do not see. But I do think Carr, like especially for Carr, I think Carr is very good at being able to try to maintain a conversation, or he's able to compartmental. I don't know if he's actually good at maintaining conversation at all, but I think he's good at compartmentalizing who he should be paying attention to, maybe.
yeah, that's why I'm like, whenever I wasn't talking to her,
Yeah,
I was looking over, even if that wasn't where the spirit was, just like I'm not
Love
talking to you
it.
right now. Blah blah blah. Okay, now I
love
am.
it.
Because
Yeah.
he's ever since birth he's been talking to spirits and his other Ashwing. So
Gotcha.
it's just I'm used to this. It's not weird.
Right.
Birth, hatching, ever since hatching, I think we must hatch.
Yeah. That's funny. Cool. Yeah. So Ogre, you're like you're getting the concept. You're hearing that separate conversation. Do you look over to where like Carr is pointing out?
Yeah, she follows Carr.
Okay. Cool. Awesome. Sweet. As you follow Carr, Carr from where you were looking at is pretty far away. I'd say it's about maybe 25 to 30 feet away. This isn't very far away at all, but it's about 25 to 30 feet away from camp. So as Carr kind of directs you over to the Ogre, you see a bunch of mushrooms here. Give me a, let's see, nature's kind of a mean thing to give to you. I'm going to say give me a survival check.
Okay. Why do I have two? I only need one. Okay, that's not bad. Survival is going to be an 18.
18. Cool. Yeah, with an 18, you see these mushrooms are not like unfamiliar to the territory at all. Actually, there's a part of you, Ogre, that looks at this and goes, this like reminds me of home in a nice sort of way. Looking through, you see them all kind of clustered around. I think, Ogre, you're momentarily distracted by the idea of like, man, maybe we're closer to home than I thought we were. And then with that 18, you recognize two things. One, thinking about how travel has been, and you're not like You're not familiar with ship travel at all. But you got an idea of essentially like how fast you were traveling. With an 18, you get the idea that you're nowhere near home. And you also look at these mushrooms and recognize this is a lot of mushrooms for this area. A lot. Doesn't quite add up.
Ogre's just gonna put Caw back a little.
Yeah. So you can investigate these if you'd like.
So if she's pulling back a little bit, that gives Car enough pause to take light in a tree. Not really high above her, but maybe just a few feet above.
Yeah, you fly up, yeah.
And just watching.
Yeah, Ogre is gonna slowly get down on the ground, and she's not touching the mushrooms, but she's digging the dirt around them to see if she can find the roots.
Okay. Cool. Ogre, give me a Constitution saving throw with advantage.
Yep. Oh, God! I got a 6 and a 9.
Okay, cool. With a, I do think this might have been a waste. I don't know if you have
But with my +2, it'd be at 11.
an 11. Okay. No, maybe you don't. Okay, weird. Interesting. Ogre, you are poisoned. As there is a of this kind of noxious sort of fume that comes out. And you are under the poison condition. As that happens, Car, you hear this weird sort of it almost sounds like a moo, but it's a little bit, it's louder and more has a weird sort of raspiness to this. You hear this
What the fuck?
and you hear the sound of doof, 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 doof.
Okay. I assume the thump, 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 thump is coming at us.
Thump, thump, thump is coming in your direction.
Okay. I am going to, if at all possible, not light all the way to the ground, but swoop down a little bit, see if I can grab Ogra's wrist gently with one of my feet claws and kind of fly her back to the camp. Not like to drag her, but kind of guide her.
Absolutely. I'm gonna say if that happens, you're able to do that. You pull them back at this point. You guys are able to kind of come to the camp. You're bursting through the jungle here at this point. Ogre, you're kind of coughing, but you both heard the coming footsteps.
And I just something's coming. Yeah, something's coming. And hopefully they respond appropriately.
Are you yelling that out loud?
Oh, I'm saying it. I won't say I'm yelling it, but it's very.
Okay.
I'm speaking it loud enough that I'm trying to tell you guys. I'm not yelling, but I'm something.
Would we be able to hear this crashing?
And Ogre screaming, "Poison mushrooms! Poison mushrooms!"
You don't hear the screaming just yet, but you hear okay, time to go, let's get out of here, sort of thing. As you I'll say at this point, let's just make it easier on this. You now all hear this, and you see something bounding toward out from the bushes out into camp. I need everybody to roll initiative.
Oh fuck. Mushrooms, man, they always get you.
Mm-hmm.
Clearly.
All right. You can go ahead and put it in mid-game chat, and I'll write it all down as we have a little friend joining us here. I don't know why. One second, I gotta do a dumb camera thing here. That's better. Let's go with that. That's better. And
Thought he was walking onto the map for a second.
Guys,
big
are
is your
fighting
room?
me.
Oh, those are cute.
You're fighting the DM.
we'll put that there as a representation of the bedrolls and whatnot. Say, Car, you're here. Let me do this. Let's spread these out a little bit here. You're coming up from the beach. I'll be here as well. I don't have Sylvia ready, so we'll just use this guy for now. So that's Sylvia. As you see this large creature come back. Oh, it would help if I put the battle map so you guys can see a little bit better. There we go. As you see this large creature come bounding out from where the bushes were here. As he is just out of range there. As this thing is making this nasty sound, you hear, you can see like kind of these like weird ram horns are kind of coming out from the side of its face. You can see mushroom spores kind of growing along its back, this like deep orange hair that is like hanging over almost like these like a weeping willow. Almost you can see this large tail that has this huge like this huge, very like spiny, spiky end to it. This thing also smells awful for everybody except for Ogre. It smells really sweet. Cool. I'm gonna roll initiative on it.
Would Yoon's unseen servant still be here?
Yeah,
No, it
technically.
only lasts an hour. So
I'd say this is because the short rest wasn't for that moment, right? So I'd say, yeah, technically the unseen servant would be there for probably about another solid minute, which would be.
It's not very helpful.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't think it's necessarily
Can't attack or anything like that. It's got a
we'll
strength
say
of 2.
it's there just in case.
I'm gonna tickle it.
Yeah. I love that. Cool. Awesome. So we'll say, what is Zed's initiative?
It was a modded 20.
No, what's your? I'm sorry. It would help if I asked the right question. What's your dex?
My dex saving?
No, your dexterity,
Dex
just
mod.
in general.
My dex mod +3.
+3. Riars?
I am 18 plus 4.
+4. Cool. So technically, Riaris, you would be going first, but just for the record for this, on normally for my games on this, if you both roll the same initiative, you could also flip that. So you guys are kind of working the same initiative. Technically, Riaris would be going first, but it's up to you guys if you wanted to do something crazy.
Do you want to go first? Or I can go? I'm good, but if you have something you got in mind.
So I'm there. This is gonna. You can go first. I
All right.
can't think of anything.
Riaris will immediately rush forward to try to get in front of the creature.
Cool.
I don't know if that's possible. Basically, it's up there. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. How far am I away from it?
You're 10 feet away from it right now.
Sweet. Okay. I will. So 10 feet, and I will just kind of over my shoulder be like, "Everybody, get back!" And I will make a lance attack, one-handed lance.
You got it.
With it.
Go for it.
That is not going to probably work. That's an 11.
11 does not hit. As you manage to you go to kind of stab at it, and this hide that is a little bit heavier on there manages to kind of block it out.
Sure. Okay. I will then think I will stay there to try to clog up that path right there. So yeah, I'll just stay there. On my turn.
You got it. Cool. And clogging up the path you shall do. Awesome. Zed, that is you.
All right. So I am all the way back there. All right. I'm going to actually use one of my ebb and flow.
Your ebb and flow? Yeah, absolutely.
Yes. So I'm going to use one of those. So for 1 minute, I gain the following. So I am going to do a blowgun attack.
You got it. For the ebb and flow, just because it's the first time we get to see it, is there any way you imagine it kind of manifesting? Is there anything that like you see like sort of like happening in that?
Yeah, so as that's happening, I'm probably like giving off not necessarily steam, but it's like a cold like vapor around as
Cool.
I'm like getting ready to attack. All right, and I got
Nice.
a 24.
For the blowgun, yeah, that hits for sure.
Yes. All right, so that's 4, and then ebb and flow was so it'd be 7 because it's additional 3 damage from cold.
Cool. So let's do. So you're doing 7 damage. Is that what you said?
Yes, 7 altogether. 3 of it is cold damage.
You got it. Cool. All right, 7 damage. You see it just kind of pierce right into. You hear this as it starts to kind of like try to move forward in your direct. It looks like it's about to kind of move forward in your direction. Anything else on Zed's turn?
I believe. So that would have counted as a bonus action for the ebb and flow.
Right.
All right. I'm gonna actually move like 10 feet back and 5 feet to the right.
Okay. Boom, and then boom. You got it. I'll actually move this. You guys get a better angle from this guy.
Ooh.
There we
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm Lazy Susan.
We got all the gizmos.
And that should be it.
Okay, awesome. I literally wrote down a deem. Car, it is your turn.
Now let's bring a demon. Yeah.
Wait,
We can use that.
You know,
Sorry.
It's
Actually,
up here. I mean,
I'm sorry. It's also not. It's not Car's turn. I
was like,
apologize.
Also not-
Wow.
It's Yoon's turn. My bad.
All right.
You're still asleep in the hammock.
Yeah, I kind of
Lawrence,
feel like
go take care of this.
I am a little bit not asleep,
Right?
but kind of in the hammock.
gonna
Because
put
this
you-
is what I want to do. So,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Those
Riaris
flowers
is kinda
represent a
right in
hammock.
front of it, right? He's kind of like right up it to it. Okay, so
Yes.
So he's kind of laying back. He kind of sees what's going on. He goes, Lawrence, the bear fur, please. And a little bit of bear fur comes over, and he just holds it in his hand and goes, whew, and he casts Enhance Ability, Bear's Endurance on Riaris, which is 2d. Let's see how much. So you get 10 temporary hit points, and you have advantage on Constitution checks. But I think what happens is just like the bear fur just kind of floats forward and tickles him on the back of the neck a little bit, and it just gives you this little feel. It kind of like just sets you up in this way. It was like, that's where you needed to be. That's how you needed to feel in that second that you kind of weren't realizing, and you get the buff.
Imagine it like kind of like hackles going up, and in a positive way, like extra ready for
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. I love it.
Okay. And then, I don't think there's any particular bonus action I want to do. Yeah, so I think that's it. I think I will slowly get out of the hammock at that point. I recognize there's danger. I'm just trying to keep Riaris from dying a 5th time or 6th time. So yeah, he'll step out, like just like right out of the hammock, kind of like right next to those flowers, and that'll be my turn.
Step into your slippers, you know. All right.
Yeah, I put the flat. Remind me to make a hammock for Yoon's mini. That's so great. Sweet. Card, is your turn. Wait, where's Ogra?
Point, because I just want to make
I'm
sure. I know
15.
14.
All right, yeah,
Ogra,
14.
you're 14. 14.
Sorry,
Okay,
sorry.
Cool.
No worries. Where is the? Can you just point to the creature? Because I think I know where it is.
Yeah, no problem. So there's the creature right there.
Oh, I didn't know where it was. Okay.
Yeah, and then there's you.
All right. Does it look like it's coming to attack? Does it look angry?
Oh yeah.
All right. So can you move me so I'm in line between the hole between the campfire and Riaris? So you're moving me to the camera's right by about 2 squares?
Here, let's do this, just because I'm not entirely sure what you mean.
Okay.
So we'll do the top down here. So you are. So you are. Why is that? That's backwards. Hold on one second.
That's
How the heck did that happen?
Cast confusion.
That's not helpful at all.
No.
Force got us all.
Oh, did that just flip just me? No. Oh no, it flipped
Yeah, it
something
did.
that wasn't there.
Nothing has slipped for me, but the coloration.
There we go.
There we go. There it
But
is.
There
the
we go.
coloration is extraordinarily challenging to see.
You're right next to me with the pink hair.
Here, I'll pull
Yes.
the saturation down.
That pink is nice and visible, I will say.
I don't know what happened.
It's not anymore.
Not
So
anymore. Yeah.
I still don't know how to. So you see if you move me from the way the camera is, I'm seeing northeast by about 2 squares. I'll have a straight line between the fire and Riaris, I think.
So you're
No.
here.
Other
Yes.
way. Other way.
Northeast. So towards Yoon.
Yoon. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Right there.
Yes.
Okay, you got it.
Here's my goal. Because if it's trying to get to us, I don't want to get to us. So, I cast Gust of Wind directly at it.
Cool.
It'll slow it down quite a bit. Every 2 feet it wants to move. It can only move 1 foot for every 2 feet it wants to move.
Interesting. I like that. You also happen to be in front of the fire, casting Gust of Wind.
Yes.
Fire NATO.
That's why I don't want to hit. I'm trying to not hit Riaris. Like, that is my point.
Trying to not hit Riaris.
Yes. So I do not want to hit him. I will even move directly over the fire or some other way. I'm just trying to slow the damn thing down.
Right. Okay. Let me just check one thing, because this could be really cool, or it could be bad to Riaris, which is your main.
My main concern is protecting Riaris, so...
Right. I just want to see with Gust of Wind.
Yoon,
It's a line. Okay, great. It's a line, but it's also 10 feet wide.
So I can move. I can move over.
Move one to the left or something.
I'm gonna move over, so I'm not hitting Riaris at all.
Well, I don't foresee that as being the problem. Oh, I see what you're saying with that. I see what you're saying with that. I'm thinking about the fire. So you're casting Gust of Wind over a fire.
I know.
So in my view on that, I think, in my view on that, I would probably need a dex save from Riaris.
Sure.
Or, because you would also know this is a spell that you know, or you could stay directly. Well, he already rolled an 18, so never mind. Cool. Yeah. Okay, that's one way to handle that. Too late. Awesome. So so along with that, let's have some fun here. I'm gonna roll a dex save for. Yep. No, that's a total miss. So I'm gonna say Gust of Wind definitely, obviously. So Each student that starts his turn in the line must succeed on a strength saving throw or be pushed 15 feet away from you in a direction following the line. Okay, great. So strength saving throw definitely succeeds.
I'm more concerned about not running quickly at us.
Love that. Yeah. But also I'm going to say go ahead and roll 2d6 for me.
Nice.
So fail the dex save. And I like that. I like the creativity.
8.
Cool. Takes 8 fire damage as you manage to kind of like push that over the fire, and you see it just the flare of the fire itself goes whoosh, goes straight out to it. It is going to take the fire out, so the fire is now not lit, but the flames kind of moved right into the direction of that. We'll say like the embers kind of catch on to.
Okay. And the visual effect is I open my wings to their full capacity and just beat them to get it started, but then I stop. And there's a ghost Aarakocra behind me just keeping it going.
I love that
Which
so
I can concentrate
much.
up for a minute. Then I give Riaris as my bonus action Bardic Inspiration.
Cool. How
Because
do you
he's right in
bardically
front of
inspire
me.
Riaris?
You know, so he has a D6 when you want it for the next 10 minutes on an ability check, an attack roll, or a saving throw.
Cool. How do you inspire Riaris in this moment?
Basically, I grab one of my bones and I whisper like, "Help him," and a spirit just starts circling you, telling you that like you can do this, be brave, and you're like, "What?" It's probably a little weird, but you're getting used to me. Maybe.
No, I think actually that would be empowering to him with what Yuna done. Riaris is feeling on top of the world, and this and the spirits and connecting. I feel like his earrings starting to warm up just a little bit, like feeling all this, and he's just like, "I'm on top of the world. I'm ready to let's fucking go."
Good,
Riaris, you feel like a god, man.
Yeah,
You are
I
buff.
just whiffed. I whiffed on my attack, but I'm like, okay, now I'm ready. Second
Yeah.
attack.
Awesome. Ogre, it is your turn.
Okay, Ogre's gonna move 15 feet forward.
Okay.
Yeah, right about there. And she's going to like push her staff like this, but she's gonna pick up her like foot and then just stomp down really, really hard and gonna cast Thunderwave.
Okay. Sweet. So what's the range on Thunderwave?
It says sylph, but in the description, a 15-foot cube originates from me.
So that's going to hit Riaris.
Ah, shit. I keep forgetting he's there.
That's all right.
It's fine. Everybody forgets I'm there. It's all good.
He's got 10. He's got 10 temporary. It's fine.
I am on top of the world. Don't worry about it.
Okay.
He's got his little bone friend. He's fine.
Are you not dead yet? Oh my god, that was so funny.
She's gonna have to restart this a 6th time.
Oh my.
That's so freaking funny. Are you not dead yet?
When she sees us in the bar, she'll be like, "Leave the mushrooms alone."
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
How good is your con?
Good. I have advantage on.
You don't
right
have
now.
to do that. You can move closer and be out of range and in range of that.
I didn't want to be that close, but I don't want to hit you and have you
No,
go
go
down
for
this
it.
fast.
Go for it. I
No, I'll
wouldn't
move
want you to
one
get
more.
closer.
I'll move one more
He said
forward
You got it.
for 20. And then do Thunderwave.
Love it.
You gotta
what's
do
the
a
save?
con of 13.
That's a fail.
Okay, and so you get pushed back, I believe. You get pushed back. How many feet? Take 2d thunder damage, and you're pushed back 10 feet.
10 feet. You got it.
Hey, Yoon, even though my blowgun is facing right at you, I am not aiming right at you.
Good to know.
And that's going to be 11 points of damage.
Nice.
And then I'm going to use my bonus action to summon muffins.
Cool.
Nice.
Let's go.
And that's going to be my turn.
Okay. Where are you putting muffins?
I want muffins. I know this is probably a bad idea, but
What's funny about that? What's fun? Where are
I'm
you
gonna-
summoning muffins? Why is
And
that
muff-
funny?
On the
the
table.
muffins appear under Riaris, so that way he's riding muffins.
You're gonna summon.
He's riding muffins with
let's
a bone
go.
flowing around him, saying,
Oh my
And you
It's
got
a
the
lance.
lance. You can joust your way into
Does
there.
have a lance.
"Yeah."
You just
It's
need that
true.
riding
Is there
proficiency
a
now.
proficiency for that? Yeah.
Oh my
Oh,
god!
no.
Everybody's just giving him everything.
Don't miss.
Oh my god!
There's got to be a roll on this. There's no way this just like.
I get it. I get it.
He's just gonna.
What kind of
I'm
roll?
trying to decide on who's rolling. Is
Oh,
Riaris
It's for me to be
rolling?
like the ground is moving underneath me. I'm now floating. I mean,
Yeah,
oh my
I
God.
think it's another deck save, Riaris.
God, he's gonna end
Oh
up
no,
doing
it
like,
was almost a 13. It was a 1 instead.
Awesome. Awesome.
he's just gonna butt slam off of it onto the ground.
You full on fall into the bedroll. So you are prone.
Man.
In this area over here as our little Hundun makes his appearance.
At least he didn't throw you in the fire.
At least he didn't throw you in the fire. That's true. Yeah,
I touched divinity for a moment there, and now I'm back to reality. Oh, yes.
Mom spaghetti.
Open, try to help.
I love the idea of like trying to help and like not telling the other person like this will work, and just like this is good for you. This is good. Awesome.
And
All right.
that ends my turn.
All right, awesome. So unfortunately, I guess I have to move the camera now, so I'll do that. So unfortunately, that is our friend's turn as they're going to do two things here. Oh, actually, no, we'll do one thing. Who's it gonna be?
Not it.
Well, you shot it, so it might be you.
Whoever smelt it,
might
dealt
be
it.
you. Okay. So it's going to move forward,
Oh Jesus!
and it has half movement, right? Is that how it's working?
Yes, sir.
Difficult? Yeah, difficult, right? Cool. So 10, 20. Yeah, because that means Riaris is right there on that. And moves back. Ooh. Zed is just out of range. Well, yeah, Riaris went to attack it, so I'll say yeah for that. Okay, Riaris, give me a Constitution saving throw. I believe you have advantage because of Yoon's thing.
Oh my God, that's a 4 and a 2, so a 7 total.
Dude.
You roll like
Well,
I
using that
do in the
advantage.
South Imea group. Or the North Imea group, rather. Excuse me.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I am reliably terrible at all my dice rolls.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4.
And the award for rolling most saves goes to.
My gosh. Okay. Riaris, you look up as you like kind of like fall to the ground, and you see this disgusting sort of looking creature kind of like looking over at you, and you see as the eyes kind of meet yours, there's this weird sort of like connection between you both, as all of a sudden everybody else sees this this sickly green like beam of light just kind of shoots from this creature's eyes and goes right at Riaris.
It's got laser beams.
Boy.
Damn, it must be a bad stink eye.
You're gonna get pink eye.
Green eye.
Got red eyes, get clear eyes.
You take Riaris takes 36 points of
Are you still up?
36?
36 points of necrotic
Level
damage.
3, Joe.
I know.
Okay.
I know.
Can Ogra use her reaction to deal 1d4 necrotic damage?
What are you using for that?
Halo of Spores. When a creature comes that I can see in 10 feet of me, I can use this. They also have to make a Constitution saving throw. DC 13.
This is This is
a
so
reaction.
the triggering. Or I get that. The triggering is just when it enters your space.
Yes, it has to be
Okay.
within 10 feet of me.
Gotcha. Constitution saving throw. Natural 18.
Okay, never mind.
Okay.
I am still up.
You are still up.
Those 10 temporary hit points were very nice, but
Oh
yeah,
man.
not looking too good.
Okay. Cool. That is this creature's turn. As you hear it just kind of rear back. It is now.
Not again. No, not again. Knowing that he's now died 4 times, he's like, oh god.
You're on the ground. You see a
It's
creature
almost like
over you.
an aspect of just being like, I'm trying to do it and I'm immediately dead. Like, you know.
And I'm done. Cool.
Did the wait? So are you down? Or are you still?
No,
technically...
I'm still conscious.
Did the temporary hit points keep you up?
Yes, they certainly did.
They absolutely did. Yes. That could not have been a better roll. Like I almost actually messaged you, Evan, and was like, "Do you know what this thing is?" Like, because that was a perfect thing to roll there. Awesome. So Sylvia is going to run up and cast a 3rd level guiding bolt at this thing. So that is. Oh crap! Hold on. I believe it's con, but I might be wrong. No, it's spell attack. Sweet. That will hit, and
For 36 damage.
much more than that, probably. Let's see. No, it might be equal to it. I rolled 68 for that damage. So yeah, a nasty attack. And this is 66. 10, 17, 18. No, way less. So 18 points of radiant damage as you see that bolt come out and just right into this creature. Okay. Back to... I was missing something. Whose turn was I missing? There's something that's supposed to happen at the very end. I forget. Oh, no, never mind. That was good. Okay, cool. Back to the top of the order. Riaris, you were up. Barely, but you were up.
So I will stand up using half of
Yes.
my movement to do so. Probably spitting out some blood currently. I will.
Oh, I'm so sorry. Apologies. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
Of course. I still think I have the advantage, right?
You do, yeah.
Yeah. It's 4 and a 7 or a 10.
Dude, you gotta stop. You
You
gotta
have a
stop.
D6.
You can see him in D&D.
He has a D6 for
Get
bargain.
real dice.
I have real
Don't like
dice.
this.
I've used them. They did not help. So
We are.
I will roll the bardic inspiration. I'm
Okay.
gonna roll that D6. So that's a good call out for that.
Yeah.
That is a 6, so 16.
Well,
Truly 16?
That was a 6, so 10 plus 6, 16. Yeah.
16 is literally the number you had to reach. Incredible. You as you're close enough now to this creature, you smell this unbelievably awful stench, and you resist being poisoned by it. Incredible.
Great.
Uh,
Okay. This creature is looking pretty healthy, I assume. It's not looking...
yes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I do not want to be in there at this moment. So I am going to use my launch to get the fuck out of Dodge.
Cool.
And launch 15 feet backwards. And so my question for you is this. It doesn't provoke opportunity attacks, but it does say I can make an attack during the leap's movement. Is there a way that I could launch myself backwards and make an attack while going backwards during that movement? Or not?
So this launch does not provoke opportunity attacks, is what you were saying?
Correct.
Because that would be my first
But
question.
I could also make an attack. It says the first target you hit with a melee attack while using the launch, either during the movement or right after you land. So I'm asking if I could.
Yeah, I think you can. I think what you could probably do is basically jump to attack and push off with the lance. To
Right.
You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm cool with that.
All right.
and since you used Guiding Bolt, does that mean he has advantage on this? Because doesn't Guiding Bolt give you advantage on the next attack?
Iron Bolt.
Thank you so much. Yes, it does. Thank you.
Yeah. 16.
16 to hit. 16 hits.
All right. So that will do. Six plus the D8 is 11 points of damage.
11 points of damage. Nice.
Yeah, and I'll just get back. So I'm 15 feet back, I think, and I've used 50 feet of my movement. Do I have? I will then use my bonus action to just use second wind.
Cool.
And it's a 3, geez, for 6 health.
You got it. So you push off as you slice into this creature and manage to, you see Riaris just truly get launched like 15 feet up in the air and out, and then lands with like full hero landing on the rock as you I think you instinctively, you probably don't even know that you do it. You like kind of like touch your ear and you feel that like sort of like that rush of energy come back.
Yep,
Awesome.
Take a deep breath, set my feet, kind of be like, all right, you gotta get ready for it. Yeah, that's my turn.
Solid turn. Solid turn. All right, that is dead.
All right.
I'll switch out for this so that you can see where Zed is.
All right. I am actually going to throw a dart at him.
Yeah.
All right.
Don't you dare hurt my Pegasus.
Is it man, I'm sorry. I'm totally blanking on the range. Did we establish something with the range here?
It is 20 to 60.
So it is 20 to 60. Okay, cool. So you'd be doing this with disadvantage unless you want to get closer.
Yeah, I'll get closer.
Okay. Get you there. 5, 10, 15, 20. I'll say if you want to get under Car's wing.
Okay.
That'll give you kind of a look without having to possibly hit Muffins in the process.
All right. So
Muffins is the name. Sorry, go ahead.
all right, that is a modded 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
All right. So here is the fun thing. 6, and then let's see. So I still have Ebb and Flow going because it goes for a full minute.
Mm-hmm.
And I am actually, for the bonus, I am going to add Hail of Thorns to it.
Okay. So your bonus action, Hail of Thorns.
Yes.
You should know if I was target the attack, and each creature within 5 feet of it must make a dex saving throw.
So is
For the
everything
record, Muffins would have to make that dex save as well.
All right.
Well, no, it's a large creature. Let's see, what's the...
Dex.
Next time you hit a creature with a range of... Each creature within 5 feet of it. So if it's a large creature, it is within 5 feet of it, which I just realized there's like almost a mistake to that.
Muffins, I think, wins. I rolled. He has a +2. It makes a 19.
Okay, cool. Awesome. So Muffins is, so you don't have to worry about that at all. Just for the record, I'll say just for future reference, unless you're okay with taking that damage, don't roll until we absolutely are sure that that's what that person's doing, just in case.
Okay.
All right.
But no worries. That did end up
sorry.
working out.
All right. So it'd be 6, 79, and then. So 16 points of damage. And 3 of it would be cold damage again.
So D10 plus the 4 from the blowgun?
Yeah,
Or you
so
did the dart.
I did the dart.
So D4 plus 3 and D10. Okay, cool. What was the full damage?
It was 16 points of damage.
Nice. Okay, cool. I believe this dude is looking hurt now.
All right, and then that was my bonus, and I don't think I can do anything else. Nope, and that ends my turn.
Cool. Nice. Oh yeah. Yep, this dude's looking hurt. Awesome. As you hear just kind of like shriek out again. All right, so that was Zed's turn. Yoon, you're up. Car, you're on deck. Just finishing
well.
putting the other slipper on.
Right.
Yeah, let's have some fun with it. So he's going to take one step to the left towards the group of the huddle puddle.
Huddle, huddle.
And he's going to turn to Zed, fan the cards, and just go pick a card.
All right. I'm gonna look at him and pick a card.
Yeah, honestly, I can't
Nice.
get you to pick one.
Nice.
I'm gonna be excited.
Hey, Zed. Nice.
You pick. Looks like the 9
Nine
of
of diamonds.
Yeah,
Wins.
I have fantasy
Hell yeah.
things. Winds, flames, waves, and stones. It's winds because they look like little kites.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah.
That's funny.
That's cute.
Alright, so-
I love that it's not 9 of stones because it's diamonds.
That could also work. That's pretty fair.
Clubs are stones for some reason.
Got
it. Okay, great. Perfect. Reverse your luck until your next long rest. Nat 1s count as nat 20s and vice versa. All the cards are wonderful.
Oh no! So that means
This
if I
affects
roll-
everybody?
No, we
Just
don't.
you.
Yeah, we limited the effects to me because otherwise it's annoying for me to be able to just like do a bunch of stuff to the party.
Oh, man.
Oh, so you
great.
want to
So-
roll like a 1 instead of a 20 now?
Yeah, it's perfect. And I actually have something great for that, but I'll have to do it if it survives next turn. So as a bonus action, I'm just going to summon the Shadow Blade,
Okay.
which
Nice.
I don't know why it rolled damage. It's not supposed to. I just cast a spell. Yeah. So for him, it's actually just this sort of like shadowy coin. It's just a large shadowy coin that he like summons, and that's a bonus action. So that's his turn.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Nice. Car, you were up. You're muted.
There we go. Based on what I see on the screen, when he's in there, I just mute myself.
Oh, good.
And no, you're moving it again. Okay.
There's so many wings. There's so many wings. I'm trying to picture what you see, and all I see are wings.
There's a lot of wings.
Okay,
They're
so
real shiny too.
so it still works. What I would like to do is, first of all, since it's in the middle of a cluster now, the wind is making no difference whatsoever. So I let that spell drop.
Cool.
I'm going to take to the air to the left and try to find something to alight upon. And so, some branch. I know that's hard because all of your things are not 3D, but some. Oh, that works too. Sure. Perfect. Wow. Perfect. I'm there.
He is prepared for your flying.
He is. Awesome. Well, I do have wings, so I mean,
Yeah, it should be.
There's a lot of wings. I gotta be ready.
A lot of wings.
So I will. That looks like it's probably about a 20-foot movement. So we're gonna say it's 20, unless you.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'll go with 20, and then so for my action, I am going to, because I don't want to kill him. I'm going to cast Dissonant Whispers.
Cool.
Which
awesome.
would be 3D. Well, first save. It's a Wisdom save, DC 13.
Okay, Wisdom save. Let me pull up this dude.
I'm hoping it's not wise. It seems like it's infected by a necrotic creature.
It's weirdly very wise, but that's
mushrooms, you know.
That's right. Yeah, mushrooms, man. That's funny. Sorry, that made me giggle. That is a 14.
So it saves, and so it's going to take half of this damage. So I rolled 10, so it takes 5 damage.
Okay. Nice.
That was my action. Let me see.
And it, I assume it doesn't move away on a save.
No, it does not. That just takes damage.
Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So that was my action. I'm gonna give my bardic inspiration now, just in case, so it lasts. No offense to you, Riaris, to Zed, because I think Riaris might drop. So I said,
Oh my god.
I said, hey,
You're really here to save me. No, I get it.
I'm here to save you, but I think Zed might have more luck because it seems to love you.
But if you die, we'll restart. Hey, whatever.
We could say we could say at this moment too, like, oh man, you're just out of reach, Riara. Sorry, I can't. What's the range? It's too short.
So Zed's gonna take that bardic inspiration, if you don't mind.
Cool.
And that's it. That's all I got.
Same thing with like the bones, like whispering to a bone.
I whisper the bone, and a spirit like rushes by Zed, trying to encourage him.
Cool. Love it. Do I want to be mean?
No.
Yeah.
No, you don't.
I kind of do. I kind of want to be mean. It's a low DC. Okay, so you need to beat a DC 5 Wisdom save, Zed.
Alright. DC. A wisdom save?
Yeah.
I got 7.
Awesome. You hear something in your head that whispers something. Goes, I'm sorry. I'm just here to help you out for a second. As I'm supposed to be helping out with whatever's going on here. What are we doing here? I'm going to help you out. But you hear the beginning of that. I'm sorry, and you're like, oh no, and then you realize it's not what you think.
Oh jeez.
Awesome, cool. I had to do it. It's the story. All right. I rule a cool you guys. You got to rule a cool me sometimes.
Hell yeah.
Ogra, you are up. Give me that con save, please.
A 4.
Okay. You are under the poisoned condition. So poison gives a disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Yep.
Okay. Bonus action, I want to use Healing Word, 2nd level, to Riaris.
Nice.
And Ogre's gonna yell across the map, Riaris, when you get thrown off the alligator, you gotta get back on it.
I give a nod and almost like a salute, like a yes. You're right.
Yes.
And you get... gotta see your bonuses to that.
Oh, did I take any damage from that hit?
Nope, didn't hit you.
Okay.
What hit?
From when I had a thing from the past.
Oh, you're
The
gonna
11.
get
Oh, no.
10 points of healing.
Nice.
Nice.
Ooh.
That's good.
Nice. And then as my action, screw it. I will just take out my first time you see her use it out of her hip. She pulls out a boomerang and just throws a boomerang at it
Fuck
I
yeah.
love it.
with disadvantage.
Oh, hey.
What's the disadvantage for?
You said I was
Poison.
under the poison condition.
Oh,
but
sorry.
that's,
Yes.
Is that attack rolls too?
It is. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Okay. With disadvantage, that would be a 16.
16 will hit.
Yes. It's gonna take
In the face.
5 points of damage. Bludgeoning.
Okay.
Does it come back?
Boomerang,
roll me
you two always come back.
roll me a sleight of hand check now with disadvantage on the boomerang coming back.
Sleight of hand. Okay. Oh wait, disadvantage. That's a natural one.
Natural one.
Beautiful.
Cool. Awesome. You throw you've been getting pretty good at this boomerang. So you for 5. What do you? Oh, you're throwing.
No, I'm waiting for it to come back to me.
I'm dumb. I get it. You throw it out, and you see it just like bonk right into the side of the head, and you're like holding your hand up to like catch it, like staring this creature dead in the eyes, and you're grasping, and it's sailed right behind your head. It's far gone into the jungle around.
Ooh.
Cool. Also, for the record, Riaris, you have no idea what an alligator is. There's no way you would know, right? There's no way.
Fair. No, it's right. I would not know what an alligator
So that
is.
metaphor applies if you're trying to ride it and you fall off, not if it just jumps up under you.
I think I got the if you're riding it and then get back on, just but
Right.
alligator,
You
I'm
get
just
the
like,
concept, but
sure.
But there's
you know,
you just
whatever.
take a pad of paper and okay, alligator.
This
what
could be
is
an
that?
alligator. She might know. She seems to be around this area. This is an alligator.
She's a druid. She knows what animals are. This must be an alligator.
Yeah.
That's
Awesome.
the... And commanding muffins is also a bonus action, so...
Correct.
So that's my turn.
You got it. Okay, cool. It is the Catoblepus' turn. Let's have some fun on this. Riaris.
What was that?
You-
Catoblepus? What was that?
Oh,
Must be the
dang it,
what?
I already said it. That's my worst thing as a DM. I say it all the time. But yeah, that's what it is. Catoblepus. It's terrifying. Don't look it up just yet, but you can
No,
look it up
I
later.
just love the name. I won't look it up.
It's a crazy name.
It's a good name.
It's an older D&D monster too. So the Catoblepus is kind of like rearing back. Riaris, you've been rolling pretty low, and that would be good for this. Go ahead and roll me a d6, please.
I'll be good for this.
Why don't you get a nat 20?
The last D6 was a 6, and this one is a 2.
Fantastic. That's what you wanted. Cool. It does not get its awful death ray back. It does, however, rear back and takes its tail and whips it at Ogre. Also, it is in your space. Would it take that Halo Spores damage again?
It should. Well, no, I think it's only... I thought I can only use it once. I can use it as many reactions as I can.
Oh, yeah, so it'd be a reaction. Sorry. So if you wanted to... sorry. So use it whenever. But you may want to use it now.
But I thought I only had one reaction for. Oh no, that's per turn.
Per turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just finish your turn. Okay.
Yeah, then if it's in coming back into my 10 feet of movement, then yeah, I'm gonna use it again. Just you see, just a poof of spores just come off of her.
Awesome. That is, what's the DC for that?
13.
13. Makes it with a 15. That wasn't baiting you. I was just saying that you might want to do that because that was a natural 18 to hit with its tail.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, now you give me a Constitution saving throw.
With disadvantage.
With disadvantage.
Come on.
Actually, no, I'll use the disadvantage dice with the dice inside a little dice.
What?
Okay. That's crazy.
Nope, I'm not gonna make it.
Can't
That's a
recover.
2.
Okay. Oh, jeez, guys, these are really bad rolls. You gotta stop doing that. 15.
You didn't get that one.
22. With a, you take 22 points of bludgeoning damage.
I'm down.
Oh no.
Just to
Okay.
be, why did you roll disadvantage on that one?
I'm still poisoned.
Oh, wait. That's for saving throw.
It's for-
This was.
Go ahead.
Yeah. No. You nailed it. Go ahead.
Yeah, so poison is only for attack rolls and ability checks. For a saving throw, you
Oh.
don't have disadvantage. So
Okay,
you
let's
That's
try that
correct.
one more time because I
So
forgot
go
what
ahead
the
and
other
reroll.
one was. Okay, that's way better. 16, but it turns into a 18.
Cool. You would have saved from being
Huge.
stunned, but you are still taking the damage.
Huge.
Okay. And how
you're
much
still
was
dead.
that?
That was 22 points of damage.
Oh, well.
So is Ogre down?
Yeah, ogre's down. It's only when I'm down by one, like go down by 1 point. I can do
Oh, no.
Oh no, you can do it now. You can bring yourself up.
You
to
can do it
Relentless
now.
Endurance.
Yeah.
Ogre's
Hell
about
yeah.
to go down
Yeah.
when she puts her fist in the ground and slightly gets herself back up.
Hell
yeah.
I love that ability.
Fuck
I
yeah.
played half
So
orc
fucking
paladin.
cool.
It was so much fun to get wrecked.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotta fix
yeah.
this on D&D Beyond
So
now.
good for the story.
You
Hell
pound the
yeah.
ground, pick yourself back up as you rear up to this thing, and just put your staff up ready to hit again. And actually, that was good to re-roll that because you are not stunned. So we have 1 point of damage. As a DM, I'm going to tell you, get out of there. If you have 1 point of damage, that's scary. This thing hits very hard. Okay. Or just kill this thing. That was the Catobleep's turn. It is now Sylvia's turn. Sylvia is... I'm going to say it's going to be up to... We'll give Riaris, Dan a choice here. Attack or protect the party.
Protect the party.
You got it. Cool. So, Ogre, as you get up, you feel this sort of weird weightlessness sort of sense to you. As you see, like, you look through your skin and you can see your skin actually is semi-translucent. You look over and you see Sylvia's kind of holding a hand out. Sylvia's casting the Shield of Faith to keep you, get +2 to your AC. And then, so... don't think she has bonus actions right now at this point. You guys got it. You can do it. Riaris, you're up. Top of the order.
All right. So, certainly conflicted about what to do, but then sees Ogre go down, or almost down, go down and get back up. And there's really only kind of one choice. And so he will take a step forward and he will launch himself right back in on this creature. So I'm going to go towards its tail and try to make another attack at it and try to distract it away from Ogre.
Okay, cool. Attack at its tail to kind of shift that position. Yeah, I love that. Go ahead and go for it. Are you launching to do this?
I am launching back over, yeah. So I'm going to hit it as I'm coming down again to try to do that as well. So that's a 16.
16 hits.
It's 28 plus, that's 10 plus... 2. So 12.
12. Nasty. So you come down, you slice right into this thing. You go down. You can hear an immediate, it's a very different sound from this.
It has a tail, right? Like I might try to almost
Mhm.
try to pin it down. I don't know how that would work mechanically, but try to that's the action I'm trying to.
Cool. I love that.
steer
Yeah,
it.
absolutely. You pin it down. I'm gonna say give me an athletics check.
Sure. Yeah, 25.
Jesus.
Okay, yeah, cool. 25. You slice into like the base of its tail and you manage to go all the way through past the bone. You happen to like cut right through that tailbone into the ground as you pin it down to the ground at this. Its speed is now 0. It is restrained. Fantastic. Cool. And
Yeah,
also
that's my
it
turn.
is it is extremely hurt. So that's good. That is nice. Awesome. Zed, you're up. That's a turn, man.
Let's see here. So everybody is Muffins is still close. Let's
Muffins
see.
is still close, yes.
Yeah, okay. And has it been a minute since I first cast Ebb and Flow?
No,
Been like
not even
12
close.
seconds.
Yeah, so 6 seconds is a round.
Okay.
So yeah, you got 10. That's how math works. There's 10 rounds for you.
Gotcha. Okay. Let's see, so I already threw my dart. I'm gonna sling a biscuit down the alley. I'm gonna throw a dagger.
Cool. Throw a biscuit.
I know what was coming.
It's just actual biscuit.
Yeah,
just
I
a
was
biscuit.
kind of expecting it.
I thought it was a
Alright.
euphemism for
Attack,
like
you know.
All right, 16.
16 will hit.
All right. So that is 8 damage, and 3 of that is cold damage.
Okay. Barely. Oh, wait. No, I'm sorry. Apologies. Zed, how do you want to kill this thing?
I am going to fling that biscuit in one eye and out the other.
Love it. Here's what I'm gonna say, and Zed, you could go with this if you want. Zed, you because this is like in bullet time, you you do see Ogra kind of goes to reach up for the boomerang, full on misses it, gets slammed down, like has to like pick themselves back up. As you're watching this, all of this taking place, all of a sudden you see it in the air, just this boomerang coming up towards you. Do you want to just grab it and use that?
Yeah, I'm gonna jump to the left, dive to grab it, and I'm
Cool.
gonna fling it over the fire and straight
You got
into
it.
the eye.
Awesome. You jump to the side, do a diving catch to grab it, and then in that same moment as you're coming down, just and you see it like go right past Ogra's eyes as she's coming up, and she's like, Ogre, you realize you miss it again as it goes right across your face, and then just goes and goes into the eye, and you see it sticking out the other as you hear a massive roar, and it lands down. You still have that, you still smell that stench, but you see all of the mushrooms and the things on its back start to immediately fall off and fall to the ground. As you all look at each other, collect breath, and Car, what do you say to play us out?
I don't know. Why would you give that to me? Pick somebody else.
Okay, yeah, I can pick someone else. Evan, what do we say? What do you say? You're muted. You're muted.
still muted.
I can't hear you. Yeah.
I can hear you. Lost audio.
He
Convenient.
said,
Cool.
Very
Next
convenient.
person. Next person.
So here's what I'm gonna say: as you all see,
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead. No, Dan, please
Well,
take
I
it.
would say so. I would take the lance out and kind of go to the head and just kind of spear it through the head and be like, "Well, I think it's time for a good night's rest."
You got it. And you guys all spread out, starting to kind of collect each other, clasp each other on the back, as the sun has fully given way into night. And with that, we will end tonight's session. We'll see you guys, not next week, but the week after. So,
Next week.
Merry Christmas, gang. See you later. Bye.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.